Let's have a look at everything else. Shouldn't be getting as much lag, he says, but maybe we are. I don't know. But Ross, give us your thoughts on the team.
Yeah, like I said, we were just talking there, and I'm really pleased with it. It is a little bit disappointing not to see Fosu Mensah even in the squad, but I totally forgot that Bailey plays right back, to be honest, and I didn't really see that one coming. So I was just assuming that this would be a game for Fosu Mensah, but it appears not. But the big thing for me out of this whole, it's not so much the attacking element of what we've done; it's the fact that we have brought Daley Blind in, which I think is fantastic, and will give us a lot more sort of attacking implement to our game, because I just feel like Darmian going forward is a complete waste of time. And if he wasn't doing the defensive things right, like he wasn't against Tottenham, it's a waste of time having him on the pitch. So I'm pleased with Blind. I'm pleased with Rojo and Jones as well, because they have been playing well, and they did get a clean sheet against Tottenham. So it's good to give them another test. I don't think that permanently going forward they're going to be our centre backs to win us anything, but I just feel like for the time being it's good to keep some continuity in the team, and there seems to be a spine forming. We've got the same centre midfield, we've got the same central defence, which is what we haven't had even in the Van Gaal era. It seemed to be changed every 5 minutes, so it's good to see some consistency in the team.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I think we're going to just have to go with what's happening tonight. I can sort of sense when there is a bit of lag because it goes slow on my screen as well, but I'm not too sure why it's doing it tonight. Picture perfect, but lag. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, Daley Blind at left back. I don't know whether you've just discussed that at all. But does anybody know what's happening with Martial? I don't understand that one.
I haven't got a clue. I don't know why. Knew he wasn't in the squad because he didn't travel, but I'm not sure. I don't think that he would have been dropped for poor form. He must have a slight niggle, or he might be just resting him. I mean, we do have an absolutely massive squad, and he did have some time out. And for an away game, if you're going to rest the player anyway, and with the squad that we have, it almost makes sense to leave them at home rather than bring them all the way down to intentionally not play him. It doesn't make sense. And when we have, the Lingards and Rashfords on the bench, we have the luxury to leave players like that at home. And I think that's what he's done. And we'll have a sort of 100% raring to go Martial for the weekend again, which hopefully is what's happened.
Yes, we've got to win this game. I suppose that's the one thing that I would say. We have to win this game. You look at what Arsenal did last night. You look at what other teams could do tonight as well. Liverpool at Middlesbrough. We've got, obviously, stop Skyping me, people. It's really annoying. It keeps flashing up on my screen and you're not coming on when I've got somebody else on. It's not Skype Goldbridge. That's Monday night. Apologies, but if you've not been invited on, you're not coming on. I know that's quite blunt, but we've obviously got technical problems and people are Skyping in. Madness. What do you think I'm going to do? Just chuck Ross off? But yeah, I'm going to sort this team out. But and it seems to have cleared up a little bit there. I don't know why. But we've got to win the game, Ross. And do you think we will? Or do you think it will be one step forward, two steps back, which is what happens with United a lot this season?
Fingers crossed that's not what happens. It's as much of a must-win game as what Tottenham was, because we need momentum now. And with other teams dropping points, I can even see Liverpool dropping points tonight. I know that's sort of, preempting, but I think it could happen. So I think it's a must-win game, and we've been given a little sort of ray of light back into the top four or in and around that area, and we have to keep this momentum going forward. And it is Crystal Palace. Their defence is absolutely useless. But, I'm sure they'll all get man of the match performances tonight, and the goalkeeper will play the best game he's ever played in his life, because that's just what happens. But we need to deal with that tonight, and even though we haven't got our best players sort of readily available, you'd argue that even though he's only had 2 or 3 good performances, that Mkhitaryan's probably been one of our best players this season. I still think we've got enough to win this game. But the players that are coming in, I don't doubt that Juan Mata will perform, because he always does. But it's a massive night for Rooney tonight, and it's a massive chance for Rooney, and he needs to see that. He needs to not be as big-headed and arrogant to think that he can just sort of waltz back in and just sort of coast around the pitch. He needs to fight tonight, and if he does fight and do well, he could, push Martial out of that left wing place. And like I said it last week, and we all pray that Rooney scores his wonder goal tonight, which breaks the record. But rather see it at Old Trafford, but it could happen tonight.
Yeah, he might get one tonight and beat the record at other places. But yeah, very pleased with that lineup. Apart from the Tony Martial question, which I don't think any of us have been able to answer yet. The bench is horrific, says Zoltan. We'll talk about that. I need to sort out the team news and get that going for you anyway. But somebody just said that Blind will play at right back. Bailly played at right back for Villarreal, so he's obviously going to be right back. He's not going to change Jones and Rojo, I don't think. I mean, we'll have to see when it kicks off. He could put Jones at right back, but I doubt he's going to change the centre-back partnership, which is odd. Blind will obviously be left back, and we'll have Rooney on the left and Mata on the right. And I think, I think people are asking me my score prediction, and I'll throw it back to you, Ross. I mean, I'm going 3-1. I always go for 3-1, but I am going 3-1 because I think we will win this game. Because we've got to win this game, and I know we said exactly the same thing on Sunday, but we have to win it. What would your score prediction be?
Well, I predicted the United Tottenham score, right? I said it would be 1-0, and I'm going to go with 3-0 tonight for United. I just feel that even though Rojo, Jones, and are not our centre backs going forward, I think they have got a bit of momentum in them now, and I can see them keeping a clean sheet tonight, especially, you've got the best goalkeeper in the world behind them as well, which helps because he is still pulling off wonder saves. But I can see a clean sheet for us tonight, and I think there's goals in it tonight. And it's a huge night for Zlatan to get goals as well, because the way they're going to play, I think we're going to get a lot of crosses into the box, and I don't think their centre-backs are up to the aerial challenge of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So, big night for him, and yeah, I think 3-0.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've sort of, a few of you have said, why don't you do bets and stuff like that? And I think what we're going to probably start with on Saturday with the West Brom game is probably start incorporating that, maybe every half an hour into the watch-along, certainly in the first hour, and sort of give you what our tips would be. I'd be throwing Ross under the bus a bit to say what he would do, and I don't know whether he is a bit of a gambler, but for me, if I was having a little tipple today, and I'm going to start doing it on Saturday and join in, so if people want to join in, they can do. But let's just see how it goes with no money tonight. I'd go 3-1. I'd never bet on a scoring game, on what the score would be. But what my tip tonight would be is Zlatan to score. I don't know what odds you get. I've not even looked into it, but I would put money on Zlatan scoring tonight. I really, that would be Goldbridge's top tip if you were thinking about having a bet. And I don't know what the odds are, but Ross, what would your top tip be tonight? I know I've thrown you sort of.
No, you're right.
A yellow card for Herrera A yellow card for Herrera was going to be my second one, by the way.
Yeah, that's a brilliant shout, that one, actually. I did actually have a bet on the Tottenham game, and I've won it, and my bet was United to win without conceding a goal. So I didn't put a score on it, I just put a clean sheet and a win, and I'll probably go the same tonight. I think we will win. I'm not 100% sure on the figure. 3 is just an absolute guess. I think we'll win, and I don't think we're going to concede goals against Crystal Palace. So mine will be a win with a clean sheet, which I think pays out something like 3-1.
No, that's not too bad. I'm just typing. I'm very slow because of the problems that we've had, but I'm just typing out the subs for everybody, and I keep knocking my mouse, which is why I can't do it. But subs as I see it, obviously Romero, which we would expect. Darmian on the bench, I think that is spot on. Fellaini, move on. Lingard is on the bench. Schweinsteiger's back on the bench, which is nice.
Yes.
I mean, we wanted to see Fosu. We'll see Fellaini. Fellaini. The one thing is, whatever you think about Fellaini, and there's talk of Schneidlin going to Everton and is recouping our money, which is quite nice. But for me, I tweeted it as well. So if you've read the tweet, I apologise. But apart from chest control and elbows, Schneidlin is a better player at absolutely everything than Fellaini. But it just goes to show, if Mourinho doesn't like you, you've not got much chance of getting in. So, but I'm very happy with the starting lineup. I think what team could have Mkhitaryan injured, Martial I hope injured in a horrible way, not in a horrible way. Just I don't understand why he's not part of the squad, and nobody seems to know. So that's a little task for the United Stand Army. I know you like to get involved in the show as you are on the live comments. If anybody can find out genuinely why Martial's not involved today, but let's assume he's injured. Mkhitaryan and Martial are injured. Big problem for any team because they give us width. There's not many teams that can bring Juan Mata and Wayne Rooney in, and we'll I do miss Mkhitaryan, but I think Juan Mata, I totally agree with him not being picked on Sunday because we played a good Spurs team. If they played somebody up front, they might have caused us a problem. But their midfield was good, their back four was good, and we had to work really hard. And we didn't play a number 10. And I think that was the right thing to do. And unfortunately, Mata's shouldn't get in ahead of Mkhitaryan. But Mata playing tonight because somebody's injured. It's unfortunate, but Mata deserves to start. But this is what we were talking about, Ross, isn't it? The bench isn't as strong as it was on Sunday, but that's going to happen when you lose a couple of players like Marshall and Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, the only thing that will worry me about playing Mata on the right, which this is going to sound quite out there, but would lean me towards playing him on the left slightly more. It's the fact that he hasn't got Valencia overlapping him anymore. He's got Bailly, who I'm sure is going to be a very defensive right back. I can't see Bay bombing forward, pulling crosses, overlapping Mata. I don't think Mata's played on the right without Valencia's support, which I think is huge. I mean, Valencia basically plays as a right winger and lets Mata go inside. So Mata's either got to hug the wing tonight, or he needs support from somewhere, because it's going to be an interesting one, that, and which might lead me towards putting him on the left because he has Daley Blind's support, and I think Rooney can carry a right wing role slightly better than Mata because his tendency is always to go inside. So that'd be an interesting one to keep on. And we could even see tonight, because United have always been balanced, slightly attacking towards the right-hand side, with the fact that Valencia does bomb on forward, which might be the tactical implement to play Daley Blind at left back, because we might see that switch where you see the left back bombing forward a lot more and the right back sitting deeper. Which I'd be happy to see that, to be honest. I think Daley Blind is fantastic with the ball, and I think he deserves, and I think he will have a big game tonight. Another bet tonight would be a Daley Blind assist as well, because the only corner we have ever scored in the past sort of 6 months is when Daley Blind's playing and taking corners, because I think he's such a great delivery of a ball.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. I'm having a quick little look around. Let's have a look here. I mean, there's pictures of Anthony Martial out shopping today in Manchester. I mentioned it on the show last night that he'd been left behind, or that was the rumour that he'd been left behind, and people were like, no, that's not true. But let's just see if we can find anything here. The Frenchman was not present as the Red Devils made the trip to South London. Instead, has spent the afternoon in the Trafford Centre with his girlfriend. A testing campaign. Marshall did not travel to London and instead spent time with his girlfriend. Wearing a black cap.
I mean, I honestly believe that if he's not injured, we forget how young Tony Marshall is, because he's such a physically astute player. He is actually seriously young, and he has just come back from a little layoff off, and he's played some consistent games now. And I just think 3 games in 1 week for him might have been too much, and Mourinho's probably thought about the starting 11 and not put Martial in it, and thought, well, hang on, we're travelling all the way down to London. Is there any point in taking him when we have quite a strong bench? I know Fellaini is on it, but we do have quite a strong bench, and he might just be resting him. And going into the weekend's game, we will have a fully fit and recharged player, but back in that starting 11 that hasn't even travelled midweek, which would be huge for him.
And also, as well, I mean, let's not forget about this, that we have to win tonight. We've got to win tonight. We've got to win by any means, I would say. But I don't like to look ahead, because I think the Premier League and Manchester United have this bad habit of biting you in the backside, Ross. But I'm sort of thinking we will win tonight, and then West Brom's a difficult game, because they it was a brilliant goal by Costa, and that was away to the champions elect, and they did really well. That's going to be a really difficult game for us. So maybe he's thinking, Rooney on the left and Mata on the right. We're going to lose the pace, but we're probably going to play against teams that are going to play quite defensive against us anyway. So it's probably going to be more suited to them. Trust the manager. I won't trust the manager about Fellaini. I'm not going to lie about that, but I'm not disappointed about the team today. There just seems to be this legacy at the moment of him not using the players we want him to use, and I suppose I sometimes feel a bit sympathetic to the Memphis lovers, of which there are many, and I don't have any sympathy for him, but I do feel sorry for Martial because I like Martial. But yeah, we've got to win tonight, and that's what it's all about. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff for those who are on about it. It's interesting though, because I did a couple of weeks ago, I was only thinking that these games were going to be a bit of a waste of time because I like the games over Christmas, but I think because of that City loss on Saturday and then Arsenal last night and the fact that we beat Spurs, because the Spurs were 6 points ahead of us, we're now within 3 of them, and when I think if we win tonight, we're within 7 of Arsenal, who've got to play City on Sunday. If we've got to win the next 2, but I mean, I'm going to say it. I should never have said I thought we could win the title in the summer. I should never have said the title's definitely not going anywhere other than Manchester, but it's looking like it's going to London. But apart from Chelsea, I'm confident if United can do what they need to do in the next 6 games, we can we can actually catch anybody. Chelsea might just be a little too far now, but I certainly think Arsenal in second. It's down to what we do in the next 6 games, and I think the hardest 2 are these 2. Then we've got Sunderland and Borough at home. Then we've got West Ham at the Olympic Stadium, which is like a home game. And then we've got Liverpool at home, which I think we will win. So there's 18 points there, which we should never think we're going to get because of the Premier League and United. But that's what we should be aiming for.
100%. And you look at the teams around us, and Arsenal are bottling it just like clockwork, as they always do over Christmas. Going into January, they always fail. And last night was just absolutely typical Arsenal, and Liverpool are seriously rattled at the minute as well. I mean, they've got 1 point from their last of 6 available, and they've dropped their keeper tonight after all the hoo-ha with that. And I just think they're a team that look rattled, and tonight for them is huge, because if they don't get a result tonight, Liverpool will start to look in a bit of a dire position, in the same position United looked in about 3 weeks ago. Just goes to show you how quickly this league can turn. But the difference with Manchester United is, regardless of our bad form, we've always played well, and I think we're going to, even against Tottenham, we should have scored more goals. Mourinho said it in his press conference, and I think this form's coming, and which is why tonight is a massive game, because regardless of how we play, the momentum we'll gain from this result going into the weekend will be huge, just like the momentum Chelsea have now, where they almost look unstoppable. I can see that building for United. And we do forget, like I said a few weeks ago, I don't know the figure now, but we're almost sort of 9-10 games unbeaten, which I know we've drawn a lot, but we're not losing games, which is, it's massive for us. And we just need a steady Christmas, and if we can win all of our games, and that is a massive ask, I have no doubt we'll go into the new year in the top 4. And, even Chelsea could stumble. The Premier League is so unpredictable. But I think United looked like the team that are most likely, out of the teams around us, which is Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham, look like we can build momentum with the way we're playing.
Yeah, I'm sort of nervous about this game, if I'm honest, because I just think we have been given a second chance in many ways. One that we, let's be honest. Stoke and Burnley at home, that's 4 points that, it's not like, oh, maybe we could have won that game. We would look back on those four points at the end of the season and go, that was 4 points given away. Similarly, I think, they start to get slightly lesser, but I certainly think that, we should have done, Stoke and Burnley, was somebody else, Arsenal, obviously, West Ham and Everton. You could argue that we could have had another 6 points there. So I feel that we're probably 6 to 10 points off where we should be if we'd finished our chances. So to be given this second opportunity, having wasted all those points, we've got to grasp it. And I think that's why, for me, Zlatan, I think he'll score tonight. Let's have a little talk about Palace. Zaha, I know from fantasy football, has... I've been watching him for a while. I do keep an eye on that, and I thought, I'm going to get Zaha in, and he got 2 goals and an assist at the weekend. But he's been doing it quite a lot. A lot of assists for him against his old club. Probably their player to watch. And you know what? I think that's probably part of the reason Darmian's not playing tonight. But Palace, a decent team last year. We played them in the FA Cup, and they gave us a good run, even though we were managed by Van Gaal. But they are like a sieve. They are letting a lot of goals in. So I would be surprised if we don't score more than 2 goals today. In fact, there's another bet for you. Handicap Manchester United +2. I think we will score more than 2 goals tonight as well. But Palace, anybody can beat anybody in the Premier League. We know that, and we know we should be winning this. But attacking wise, they could be a threat.
Yeah, 100%. I think their biggest threat comes from Zaha on the wing and Benteke, you know, on the head basically, because he is a bit of a beast and he always tends to score against Manchester United. He's a bit of a bogey player for us. But then saying that, I think bringing Bailey in on the right back shores that up a little bit, because at least we're not going to get beaten on the back post by an in-swinger from from an in-swinger.
I wasn't watching.
So, yeah, no, I think that's massive for us, but the way that defence lines up. But Zaha 100% is their biggest threat, and he's starting to look, this season, it's the first thing he's starting to look like the player Manchester United brought all them years ago, but he was another David Moyes catastrophe, to be honest, and I think that he would have had a future at United if he wasn't treated so bad by David Moyes. Maybe he should have stayed away from his daughter, I'm not so sure.
To be honest, as Zaha, and I know some people get really upset about what is United class and what isn't, and some people say it's a myth, and for me, it isn't a myth. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson, probably the big reason I know what United class is one, because of my granddad telling me about all the players of the past, and two, listening to Sir Alex Ferguson and reading all his books, and he often went on about United class, and is the famous one that I quote a lot, and it's in his book about how Brian Kidd came in and said, what about John Hartson, and got kicked out of the office because John Hartson was scoring goals for West Ham at the time, and Sir Alex Ferguson's, kicked him out and said, there's a certain sort of player that plays for United. And I think some people, it's not their fault, they fall into that trap of players that they think, oh, they'd be a good United player, and some of them can, but some of them can't. And for me, I just don't think Zaha is a top 4 quality player. I think he's always going to be, I'm trying to think of, Peter Beagrie of the past, if anyone can remember him. A decent winger, used to score a lot of goals, get a lot of assists, but he wasn't a top 4 player. And you're always going to get players like that. You're going to get players that are championship players. You're going to get players that are, not quite international, but they're good players. So I just think Zaha will do well, but I don't think he's that sort of quality player. And I've idiotically got myself set up on Sky One, and I've got fat waiter Spanish Benitez looking at me and thinking, what's going on? But of course, it's on BT Sports.
On BT. Do you know what? I'd put Schneidlin into that camp as well. I mean, quality player, but he just doesn't look like he has that United class.
Yeah, I think he will go to wherever he's going to go, whether it's Everton, which is probably a good move for him. And I think that's but I think that's where people will go wrong with this. I think if we sold Memphis to, say, somebody like, I don't know, pick a name out of a hat, Sevilla or Everton even, and he starts banging the goals, everyone will be going, oh, we missed out there, and I don't think that's true. We didn't miss out. Zaha's doing exactly what Memphis will probably go and do, exactly what Schneiderlin will do. It doesn't make them United quality for me. I just don't think, it's very different. Manchester United, it's not just, and I think we've seen this with Memphis as well, Manchester United isn't just go and play how you have anywhere else. Manchester United's a whole package. It will swallow you up if you don't understand that, and I think Memphis probably didn't. I'm having massive problems with my earpiece, so I'm just going to feed it through. I can't hear anything at the moment. But yeah, we had a few problems tonight with the stream. So thanks for everybody who's found us back here. Drop us a like on the video because we deserve it, and so do you for getting back on. But we've had problems in the past with the Skype thing, which is what I've been trying to work on, which I still think it needs a little bit more work. But what we're working towards on the Sunday show, for the first time in a long time, is having more than one guest on the show at a time. And I know Ross is going to join us for the Christmas special on Sunday at 8:30, and I think Paul will, and hopefully Alex and Joey will, and we'll interchange it a bit. So that's the reason for it. But subscribe to the United Stand if you're new as well. I don't know whether I've done that shout out as well, but yeah, we're going 3-1. I'm going to let Ross shoot off because I know I've kept him for a long time, especially with that stream debacle. But you're going to come out at half time, Ross?
Yeah, I'll be on at half time, mate.
Cheers, pal. And you can get Ross on Twitter at Hazza90. He's quite biting. He has a go at people, so give him a follow. But I've calmed down these days. I'm not worth a follow. But Ross is the new batch. So we'll see you at half time, mate.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
See you in a bit. Okay, I'm probably going to get somebody else on as well. I know I'd asked a couple of other people. Basically, what happens with the watch-along, for those who are trying to Skype us, sometimes we do open it up, but... Sander's not even on. The talent pool, I would say, or the trials, and it's not really a trial, is Skype Goldbridge on Monday night at 8:30, where we get a lot of people coming on, and if you're really good, we'll ask you to come on and watch along as a sort of if you want to do it. But Arad's enjoying the show. Let's take some of your live comments for a moment. Mad Marcus is one person who said he would come on, and Sander is another one, but neither is appears to be active. Oh, here he is. He's fast. He's fast.
I saw it
as well. He's gone. He's back. He'll be back in a minute, I'm sure. But
hello.
Yeah, I've got you back now. How you doing? All right?
Yeah, not too bad, you?
Looks like Elvis with that hair. But you happy with the team news?
No.
No,
I'm
you're
not, to be honest.
Okay.
No, I think that attacking lineups looks very slow. Rooney doesn't seem to have... he's got a bit of pace about him, but, I wouldn't say he's got blistering pace. Mata's not fast. Pogba's fast, but then with Ibra, again, he's not... Zlatan isn't fast at all, so I think that looks like a very slow, laboured kind of striking force. You could give the argument that, they know how to unlock a team, which is maybe what Palace will do. Maybe they'll sit back and just say, break us down. But, maybe they could do that. But I just think it looks very slow. I'm happy with the midfield. It's the midfield we always want. And then with the defence, I almost feel like Mourinho is doing everything he can not to play youth. Because, he could have easily played Bailly at centre-back and then play Fosu at right-back. It just seems like he's doing everything in his, anything he can not to play youth. I don't know. I just have that feeling. I don't get it. Bailly hasn't played any games this season at right-back. Fosu has, I don't know if he's played right-back this season. I know he played right-wing. But, he's proven there in the Premier League. And he's young, so I don't get why he's not playing him. I'm a bit scared about today. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it. I mean, we say this is the game where we're really going to gain some momentum. We've been saying that most games, and we've been going, this is the game we're really going to push on from now. And then we always seem to fall short. Hopefully, I've proven wrong, and I'll be delighted to be proven wrong. But I just have a feeling. So
I'll pick up on some of the things you've said First of all, it's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. And that's from a song, if anybody knows it. And secondly, in relation to the Mata and Rooney thing, my initial reaction was the same. However, what I would say is this. We're playing two teams, Crystal Palace and West Brom. West Brom definitely are going to play very deep, so pace is not going to hurt them. And I think Palace will try and do the same because they've let so many goals in recently. So what will probably happen is we're probably going to have a lot of ball around the edge of their box with them playing very deep. So what I think and hope he's done is, and what I'm glad Darmian's not playing, what I hope he's doing is he's got Rooney and Mata to link up with Bailly and Blind especially. Then we'll put balls into the box, Zlatan on the end of it. Hopefully that's what we're going to do. I would like to see Martial play. I think we do lack pace, I agree, but I think the way Palace are going to set up, we might not need it because we might be able to get to the edge of their box quite easily because they're going to play quite deep. What would your score prediction be, Sandro? Which way do you think this is going to go? Are you concerned so much by the team that you think we're not going to get a result tonight? We have been going one step forward, one step back all season. It's make or break in many ways tonight. We've got to get a result.
Well, in my opinion, if we get one goal, I can see us going on and scoring 2, 3, 4. I mean, we've got the quality and we've got the ability to do that. But then again, it sounds silly to say, I can just see it going. The classic United this season, go 1-0 up and just create loads of chances, and then them go up with Zaha. It will be Zaha as well. If it's anyone, it will be Zaha. And go up and score in the last minute. And I'm just scared of it. Maybe it's because, this year that's been the story of our season so far. But I do think we have the capabilities of scoring 3 or 4. And I think if we score 1, they're going to have to, or 1 or 2, they might have to come towards us and try and get a goal for themselves. And if that happens, then there'll be gaps going all over the place. So that then we've got the ability to penetrate them. But yeah. I'm happy to see Schweinsteiger back on the bench. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it would be a little cameo one time against, I forget who it was now, but a little cameo, and then we would not see any of him again. I'm happy to see him on. But again, I don't get, like, at least put Fosu Mensah on the bench, right? And he's putting Darmian on the bench, who got absolutely rinsed, right, on the weekend. And if he's not putting Fosu Mensah on the bench now after Darmian's poor performance, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I think I saw on Facebook, I don't know if it's true, but apparently Jose said, we're really going to rotate the squad. Well, if that's true, then I thought we might see the last bit of Memphis and Schneiderlin. And even that, like, we're not seeing any of that. So, and with regards to Martial, I don't understand it, because I heard Ross say, maybe he's saving him for the weekend and all that. But these are crucial games. These are must-win games, right?
I don't think you'll play. If he's not playing tonight, I don't think you'll play against West Brom at all. I think West Brom's the harder game.
Exactly. And for me, Martial is the wrong type of player for West Brom. These players that are playing now are more suited to West Brom than they are to this game. Because, like I said earlier, West Brom are going to sit back and say, look, come on, break us down. And these guys know how to do it. But whereas Crystal Palace, I feel that they might be a little bit more open. And that's when you can use your pace. And another thing on Martial, if he was going to rest anyone so he's fit for the weekend, it's got to be Zlatan, because, he's the older, or Carrick or someone like that. It can't be a 21-year-old lad who's, trying to gain back his form. That doesn't make any sense to me. So there must have been something going on. Maybe he didn't train well. Maybe just think he didn't play well enough. I don't get it, to be honest, Mark.
No, I would agree with that. Just very quickly, you're not Elvis, vanilla ice. But there's 4 players there, 5 players, there's probably more, but 5 players that I would have as part of the squad. Maybe I wouldn't have all 5, but Schneiderlin, Fosu Mensah, Martial, and I've forgotten. Martial, Fosu Mensah, Memphis, Schneiderlin, and there was one other who I would have part of the squad that he just doesn't use. It wasn't Schweinsteiger. I don't know who it was, but my point is, I think Mourinho picks players based on who he likes. And he said it in the week. He said it's not about the playing talent. It's about the player, and that's more important. And he was talking about Fellaini there, which I find rather concerning. But I think on the whole youth thing, and there's a comment I must just read here: hated but rated. I've kept it up for a while to have a read of it. He said, "I hope Robbie Savage is not on commentary, the idiot," which sort of appealed. But yes, I think he's never going to use the youth. I think we're never going to lose this record that we've got, this enviable record that we've always had a youth product on the bench since the 1930s, and that smashes any other club. But he has more than enough opportunity to use the youth, and he isn't going to do it. I think he's I don't know whether he'll use it in these whole 2 years there, to be honest, but it's not a shock, and it was something I was sort of prepared for in the summer. So I think we can moan about it, but I don't think that's likely to change. I mean, I personally, Rashford's my favourite player at Manchester United because he epitomises what United is, and I think it's not even a year since he burst on the scene, and I've been saying for a long time he's the best striker in England, and everyone laughs at that now because he's not being played as a striker. He's being played as an ineffective left winger. He needs to play up front more, but he's reluctant to do that.
Yeah, I don't rate Rashford on the wing, to be honest. He's direct, he does a job, and he's better than Ashley Young, let's be honest. And he's younger, so it gives him game time. But every time I see him, I feel a little bit frustrated. I don't know why. I get this. I don't know. I just don't really rate him on the wing. I think he's much better up front. And if he was wanting to rest people, maybe give Rashford a game now. I know Palace might be playing a bit too defensive for that, but at least give him some games. I mean, just bringing him on for 20 minutes at left back and then, arguing with him because he, was poor defensively. That doesn't make sense for me. He's got to be playing up front. And, I don't really rate him on the wing. What I think might happen is Mourinho get to the end of the season, hopefully win a trophy to keep him in the job, because I do think he's the right man. I think if we do stick with him, we will win the league. And I think we will have a lot of success with him. But hopefully, at the end of the season, he'll win something, keep him in the job, and he might get a bit of a telling off from the board, from people that saying, where's your youth? You've not, promoted any youth, and he'll probably say Rashford and Fosu Mensah, but they're sitting on the bench or at home, and they're Louis van Gaal's youth anyway. So hopefully he'll get a bit of a telling off at the end of the season, and that might kick him into make him do it. But then again, he's never done it, so why should he change now? Well, if he loves United enough, then hopefully he will, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back on a brand new mission.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Because I hold you tightly.
It is Vanilla Ice, United fan. I do agree with that, but you know what? I think let's see what happens with that. I think we've got a team tonight. We're always never gonna please everybody. But I think the big key for me was Darmian not playing. I like Darmian, but I don't know why he was playing at left back over. Oh, Luke Shaw was the other one I was going to mention. Over Daley Blind. Daley Blind's best position is left back. I've been saying it for months, even last season, and he can put a good cross in, and that's exactly what Zlatan needs. We've got to be confident, whatever about anything else. I think we've got that midfield three of Carrick, Herrera, and Pogba, which is for me the best in the best in-form midfield at the moment. When you look at what results everybody else is getting, only Chelsea can sort of compete with us for that. Matters, a very, very steady player. Rooney hopefully can show what he showed a couple of weeks ago and not the last time I saw him where he was pretty poor. Zlatan I think will score tonight. Bailly, Mr. Reliable, and Jones and Rojo have been doing quite well. So we should have more than enough to beat Palace, and even if we scrape over the line, as long as we get over the line and win the 3 points, that's what it's about for me. Because I think if we can get through Palace today and get something at West Brom, I think that I don't know whether a draw will be enough, but I think if we're going to drop points, it will be West Brom. We're going to beat Sunderland and Borough at home. 2 home games, and what 2 home games to have. And then, we could be right smack in top 4, which a lot of us, even me, thought myself a couple of weeks ago, we were out of, gone. But, did we get your score prediction, Sander, just before you go?
Well, I didn't put a firm one on. I think it will be 2-1 United.
And Michael Fraser is asking, are you on Twitter, Sander? And if so, what is your Twitter feed? Is it Vanilla Ice? Ice Baby?
Maybe. No, I'm not on Twitter, actually.
It's fun, mate. People will follow you.
Well, if anyone, I might do a little plug. I've got a YouTube channel. I like making little videos. You see me in the comment section all the time. So if you want to go have a little look at it, I know it's a bit cheap, but you might as well. You give me the opportunity. So yeah.
Sander Sagers is when he's on the live comments. So just click on his icon and go through to it. But that's great. Thanks for coming on, pal. I'm sure you'll be on again very soon. But very good points as usual. And I'll see you soon.
Nice one, Mark. Cheers.
I tell you what though, as much as we had the problem with the lag at the start, the Skype-ing is working fantastically well, which is good. I'm very happy about that because I was getting a bit fed up. And this is also for something I was on about the other night when I was doing Skype Goldbridge is on 8:30 on the channel every Monday. And you lot Skype in and you dictate the show. But the problem we were having is that we were having people not able to show their videos because it wasn't showing up. So from now on the Monday show, if you want to show your face, you can when you talk, because a lot of you talk very well, but it'd be nice to get some faces on as well. We are 9 minutes from kick-off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit Skype because that will improve. If you close things down, it improves the usage of your computer. So we're 9 minutes off, and I'm going to go to the live comments because you've been very, very, very good and patient. I can get this out my ear for a bit as well because it's making me bend down. I'm just going to stretch my back out. Oh yes, stretch it out. Ooh, good for stretching your back when you're old. SAF 2008 says, Mark, there's 1,600 people watching. Get them to like the video and subscribe. 1,600 people probably already have subscribe to the United Stand, but if you haven't, I'll plug it a little bit. The United Stand is the biggest independent Manchester United fan channel. It's your channel, it's independent, it's run by fans for the fans. You get people like Sandra who started off on the Skype Goldbridge who now comes on the Watchalong, and everybody can do that. So get involved. The good reason about subscribing, and the icon's in the bottom right hand corner, just click it and subscribe, is that everything we do is pretty much live content, and you'll get a notification when we go live if you do the little subscribe and bell thing. Which just reminds me, tomorrow is my work Christmas do. I won't be doing it. Let's just say there will be a video tomorrow night, but it's probably not going to be from the studio with the United Stand. It may well be what I've done in the past when I've been out for a few drinks, is I can do live streaming off my phone. So that might be worth keeping an eye out. If there's, that might be worth subscribing for just for that. But the same may be happening on, well, Friday night we'll do at 8:30 will be the preview for West Brom, and then we'll have another Watchalong on West Brom it's 5:30, so we'll be live at 4:30. Sunday night is our Christmas special, where we'll have a load of guests on at 8:30, where we review United, and then we've got a load of shows for you next week. I'm not sure what. Skype Goldbridge will be on Monday at 8:30. We've got loads of stuff planned. So like the video, but please do like the video, because this video and Skype Goldbridge are the ones that I really like to get a lot of likes on the video, because it is about you, as it will become down. Marcus is moaning about his 9 minutes. Mad Marcus is the moderator there. Everybody backed me up. I tried to Skype him about 20 minutes ago, so he would have got more than 9 minutes. He would have had a half an hour, but he's probably too busy making a tea and brushing his teeth. But snooze you lose. If you want to come on, mate, I can get you on very quickly now. But hey Mark, it's Cole from the other night up once again. For United, glory, Man United, good old 4 a.m. 2-0 United, looking for... You know what, I know there's a lot of you get up at ridiculous hours, whether you're in Asia, America, Australia, wherever. Hopefully, I never want to say never, but hopefully, I said this season would be peaks and troughs and peaks and troughs. We're on a peak at the moment after the Spurs game. We've got a massive opportunity ahead of us. We will trough again, but I think it's really important we don't trough tonight and by trough I mean have a little dip or get a draw or something stupid like that. We've got to win tonight. And I think hopefully we're going to start turning the corner more and more. I've said it for a while. United are going to click under Mourinho and turn into a very good side. I'm not sure that we're quite there yet. My prediction was around January time, but what a time to do it. And it's I think we can win the Europa League if we want to, especially looking at that draw and the fact that Roma have got Villarreal. But we've got a chance at top 4, which we shouldn't have from the points that we've dropped, but we've got to win tonight and take this last, what I think will be a last opportunity to really try and break, because they are so far ahead of us, the likes of Arsenal and City and Liverpool. But we can make that ground up now with the Christmas run. Rodney Reed's late to the show. What have I missed? Can't believe Bay's in at right back. Hope he doesn't get a card early on in the game. Very quickly, on Saturday on the Watchalong, we are going to start doing what a lot of you have asked us to do, which is, sort of betting, sort of that we can do together. But if I was, there's no money on it tonight from my side, but if I was a betting man, there's a couple of bets I would have gone for, and if Ross was on before, you would have heard it. What I might try and do is get in contact with a betting company and see if they'll do us some special odds, because we've been approached enough in the past, and that'd be nice for you to get sign-up offers if you're interested in that sort of thing. But Zlatan to score, I'd have a tenner on that. And as bad as it sounds, I'd have a tenner on Ander Herrera getting a yellow card. So they're my 2 top tips for tonight. And Mark, do you have legs? Says Beer Eat. Yeah, I do. Look, there's one of them. The old left peg, the best one. Team updated, please, says Abby BB. Why? Is there any? There's no team need to be updated. It's up. It's perfect. We need Schweinsteiger to play, says Wilson. He is on the bench. Team's about to come out. So everybody get ready. If you've not done a watch along before, I'm sure you have. Watch it if you want to watch it. Some of you can't watch it, so you use the watch along to find out what's going on. Some of you watch the game, but you mute it because the commentary's rubbish, especially on PT Sports. And some of you just like to do both and then have the interaction. You know what? This wasn't our idea. I get bored of saying this, but this wasn't our idea. It was your idea. A few of you said, instead of doing an after-match reaction, which I always do anyway, why don't you just go live when the game's on? Because, a lot of us watch it at home or on our own, or there's no other United fans, and it'd be great to have that interactivity. So it's worked really well. And again, it just emphasises was the word I wanted to use. It emphasises that this is your channel. You give us ideas. Some of the shows we've got are down to my brilliance. I'm joking. But a lot of the ideas come from you. And that's what an independent Manchester United football channel should be about. You lot. What's your prediction, Mark? Says Daniel Roberts. I'm going to go with the 3-1, because at some point Manchester United will win 3-1. And somebody said last night in the live comments that you always go 3-1. I'm going 3-1 because I think it will be 3-1. I think there's 3 goals in this game. I'll be disappointed. I don't know whether I'd bet on this, but Manchester United more than 2 goals against Crystal Palace. You probably wouldn't get massive odds anyway, but definitely should be getting more than 3 goals in this game. So I would go 3-1 for sure. Let's have a quick look on Twitter. It's always worth having a little quick look on Twitter. Who's watching the game tomorrow? Real Madrid versus America. No, I'm not watching it, Kevin. I'll be out on my Christmas do, having a few waters. College is amazing for me because I get rejected every day, says Shabanar. 1-1, but hope for a win, says Jerome. There is a danger that it could be a draw today. Anything can happen in the Premier League. We need to win this game today. 4-3, says Indy Tagger. Get commenting. I always like you to do this. 2 things we like to do. One is we always like to hit 1,000 likes on a watch along because it's massively a part of you now when we go live. And 2, let us know where you're watching from. So drop the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I think there's a fake Sarah Silverstone on there because she wouldn't say what that person's just said. But basically the watch along, what I'm looking for always in the live comments is, the odd little funny analogy. If I could spot one of those, I will copy and tweet it out for you and use your name as a shout out off our Twitter account. But secondly as well, and by analogy I mean couldn't hit the sea from a boat, that sort of thing. And if it's to do with Fellaini, even better. But the second thing, love tactical analysis as well. If you've spotted something or somebody's not doing so well or somebody's doing really well, whack it in there. We normally shout that sort of stuff out. But best way, we used to have a guest all the way through, and we may well bring a guest back for the watch along just to try it again in the new year because I know some of you liked it. But what we neglect, when you've got 2 people talking, you neglect the live comments. And one of the things you all liked about the live comments, even though you're massively part of the show down there anyway, is if it's just me, I can read the comments like Amar Chowdhury just told me to there. So Zara Silverstone, you're disgusting. Hey Mark, watching from South Africa, says Shvi Mallow. Dublin, says Jonathan Black. Dublin, I wish I was there. I love Dublin at Christmas. Lived there for 3 years. Not at Christmas. It did change season, but I do love Christmas. Prediction 2-1 to United, says Lynn Hall. Jordan Glover. People are always going to copy good ideas. And Categor HD says nearly cock off. What? Nearly cock off. If I'd done that in Scottish, I would have got away with it. In fact, talking about Ireland, feck off isn't F-U-C-K. Feck, when I moved over there, my girlfriend at the time's mum, we were driving and somebody cut her up and she went, oh, feck. And I was like, bloody hell, because she's like church-going, very straight-laced woman. But feck in Ireland, if you've watched Mrs. Brown Boys, it's rubbish, but feck doesn't mean F-U-C-K. It's a bit like, oh no, but it's an Irish word. And they go feck off and all this lot. And when you first move over there and you've never heard of it before, you think these old ladies are telling you to fuck off. But there we go. What's the story, Mark? Says Irish Red Devil. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some Irish thing that we've kicked off, by the way. Thanks a million. What's the story? Yeah, I loved it living on Ireland. It was great, and I would definitely suggest going to Dublin if you are ever thinking about going there. And Christmas is a good time to go. And if you do go, get on the live comments because there's people who live there, or get on the live comments and ask me and I'll tell you where to go. Don't go Temple Bar. It is... Everyone who goes to Dublin goes, oh, I've been to Temple Bar. Where'd you... somebody from my work went there the other day. I was like, where'd you go? Oh, yeah, I went Temple Bar. And it's like, that's not Dublin. Temple Bar is just tourist street. It's like gimmicky. You go in a pub and they're all playing Irish music and that. I'll tell you where to go in Ireland. There's some fantastic bars and there's some fantastic sites as well. But Temple Bar, no. Game's kicked off. It's all Palace at the moment. Top of the morning from Dublin, says Kay Roberts. Yeah, a lot of people on about it. Father Ted as well. I'll be watching that. I love the Christmas special. I think that's one of the best Christmas shows, actually. I do like Christmas TV. I'm a massive fan of Only Fools and Horses, The Office Christmas specials, Die Hard. In fact, we'll do that if this turns into a boring game, or hopefully if United to get 3 or 4-0 up. But the Father Ted Christmas special, remind me about that later because it's a brilliant. You've got to watch it. One of the scenes is brilliant. There's a long ball in here towards Zlatan. And I tell you what, I need to concentrate because for a minute there I thought the white team was Crystal Palace and we're passing the ball around. It's not all Crystal Palace, it's all United. Bloody idiots. But we hit a long ball there and it was towards Zlatan, which is I think where we're going to get a lot of pleasure tonight. But it's a corner to United. We won't score from a corner. We never do. One day we will. One day we will. Cross comes in. It's a header by Bailly. If that's not a shirt pull on Bailly, then on Pogba, sorry. I mean, he's absolutely nearly taking his shirt off. poor refereeing, but it headed straight at the keeper. Show us the game, says Ali. There's always one. You can't beat the office, says Jake Danat. Oh, I love... we'll talk about it a bit. We'll talk about it now. Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, I love. Gavin and Stacey, what I would say about as a comedy, I really like it, but I'd hate Gavin and Stacey. It's all the peripheral characters like Bryn and the mum and dad, Gavin's mum and dad. But Gavin and Stacey, I can't stand them. Shvi Mallow is on about the timer. There won't be a timer today, unfortunately. I was trying to ignore everybody going on about the timer. I will be updating you. We are 3 minutes in at the moment, but the timer has crashed and I can't get it to bloody work. And a few of you are so on the spot. But I tell you what, instead of the timer, you've got Coco. Coco's there. Coco's there. Don't worry about the timer. We're 3 minutes in. I will be updating you with the time. Don't worry. It'll be back on Saturday as well, but I'm not stopping another stream to sort this timer out. And we're live. We're live. And even moderator Mark's doing it in capital letters. That doesn't help me, Mark. That doesn't help me. We're trying to brush over it. Look at Coco the cat. Forget the timer. But it's a good start. 3.5 minutes in. Exactly what we thought in relation to the lineup. Rooney on the left, Mata on the right, Blind at left back, and Blind trying to bomb on a lot. Bailly, obviously. I think Bailly will be a very interesting player to watch tonight because he played right back a lot for Villarreal, and that's interesting to see. He's good going forward from centre back. It's going to be good to see what he's going forward and what his delivery is, because we were all saying Bailly's got to play in this team. He has to play in this team, but would he drop Rojo and Jones? And obviously he is playing tonight. I think Pogba will have a good game tonight. I think there's a lot of space to be had in the midfield. But as I predicted, a lot of people were saying Xander was saying as well, oh, pace, we've got no pace. But as I predicted, we're going to get up to the fine edge of their box quite easily just because of how deep they're playing. So players like Mata will actually work really well. And we've got to use the flanks well. We've got to put ball into the box. But Palace, I think, have let so many goals in recently. I think they're going to play very, very deep. And 0-0 would probably suit them. Passing the ball around well, says Surinder. Ooh, a little cross. Ooh, a little cross. Ooh, a little cross from Mata. Rooney heads over, but it wasn't that close anyway. With that Palace kit, we had to go with the white kit, says Paul Lucas. We did. We were never going to play in red or blue. Black Mamba. I like the name. I'm not the moderator. I could not moderate and do this, so there you go. Anox, I'm going to tell Mad Marcus to give you a warning. I don't like that word, and I certainly don't like being called it. And Marcus is there, and he'll put you in a timeout if you do it again. Let's just forget about the timer for one thing. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Every minute, I'll tell you what minute we're in. We're in the 5th minute. Somebody's just gone down injured with their knee. It's Bailly. That's not good, is it? Right in the first bit. In fact, Damien's getting in. Damien's already warming up. He's coming off. That's bad news. And if it's the same knee as well. Our injury record is abysmal, isn't it? It's his knee, and I don't know. Well, Damien's stripped, so that for me reads he's gonna come off. But then he looks all right. Weird. No, maybe not. No, he's going to come back on. Just watching the thing again. It's one of them jar your knee things, which is always a bit of a pain. But I think he's going to come back on, which is good. Same knee injured, says Atul. Very good. Irish Red Devil says there's more United supporters in Dublin than there are Liverpool. There are. I lived there for 3 years. Daniel Moore's on about the timer. He's obviously not realised there's not going to be a timer tonight. I had a few problems when we went live. I had to start a new stream. I haven't had time to sort the timer out, and what I will do is I'll tell you what minute we're in. If you're so fussed about the timer, we're in the 7th minute at the moment. What I haven't thought about very selfishly, and I always go on about, If you want to sync in with us, because so you know where I am, I know a lot of you like to do that, and that's the worth of the timer. So I am on 7 minutes and 20 seconds, 7 minutes and 25 seconds, 7 minutes and 30 seconds if you want to sync in. Sorry about that. Can you keep us updated on the other scores, Mark? Yes, I will do. That's very easy to do. And thank you for reminding me. I've got no idea what they are at the moment, but this is the good thing about Wednesday night football that you never get when United are on the telly in the other times. But every game is 0-0 at the moment, which is funny because some of them have been playing for 22 minutes. Sunderland and Chelsea, Middlesbrough and Liverpool. We could do with Middlesbrough not losing to Liverpool. That would be very useful. But it's 0-0 in all the games at the moment. And it's 0-0 in this game, but we were only 8 minutes just in. Daruga 1N says that Herrera has been our best player this season. I think he's surpassed the likes of Bay because Bay got injured, Mata because Mata's been a bit in and out of the team recently. Herrera, like Mourinho said, it's a flip on it. Oh, Mourinho went the wrong way, but it still could work out well. It didn't. Mourinho went the wrong way. It was a good little bit of play. Rooney's clapping everybody, but it was actually his pass that was wrong. He tried to go back to Zlatan, which he did. And there was a pass out left, which he should have gone for, which is a shame. But we're doing all right so far. Just about to approach 9 minutes in. The United match in the UK is on BT Sports 1. My house alarm just turned off, affecting the Wi-Fi, says Indie Tagger. Bummer. Jake, I said the same thing, says Ali. Don't know what he said. Mark, what's your score prediction, says Awesome Guy. 3-1. Mark, we should have bought Pogba. Should we have bought Pogba, says Mohamed Hamza. Oh yeah, 100%. You know what? I agree with what a lot of Stan Collymore was saying the other day, that his biggest disappointment this season has been Pogba, but he wasn't really slating him. You know, I tweeted it out before that. I said, has Pogba been a disappointment this season? Yes. Is he a flop? No. Will he be a success? Yes. He'll get gradually better and better in this league. I think he's just a bit of a... He's not been awful anyway. I mean, you think about that goal against Swansea. He's had some good games. He's had some bad games. He's had some good games. And I think he will get better and better. I think he's just going to grow. Like Manchester United are growing, really. Rosaneri TV says, hey Mark, just passing by to say hello. I hope you picked up my comment from you earlier where you said you really liked the channel. I've looked at your channel. It's basically an AC Milan channel, Rosaneri TV. There is no link between us. I just had a look at the channel today, and it's a good channel, about 10,000 subscribers. AC Milan fan channel. Brilliant. I think it's great. That channel and the fact that people are doing that sort of thing. Palace starting to take control, says Danderman. I haven't seen that at all. And Thomas Jones loves Pogba. I haven't seen that at all. I think United are very much feeling their way into this game. And I think Rooney's looking sharper again today, which is good. And Mata's control slightly off there for once. But I think it's fairly equal at the moment. No chance for either side. Bay looks fine, which is good. In fact, it is great news. Still no goals in any of the games. Man City obviously playing as well, but they kicked off at 8 o'clock like us. All Chelsea at Sunderland, which you would expect. I'll be amazed if they don't win. And that's that. Someone somewhere says we're best when we're running at people with pace. We're not going to be able to do that today, unfortunately. I think Pogba's started off quite well today. And this is what I like. Daley Blind in this position, going down the left. What he needs to do is just get a little bit further forward and start looking for Zlatan, who's hanging around the back four a lot. Pogba does well. Now Rooney's got to play the ball to Blind, and if it's on his wrong foot, he needs to get it out there. But Rooney's got a little bit of space. He's got through one. Good tackle by Zaha. And then a good tackle by Herrera. Remember my two bets from today. Herrera yellow card and Zlatan goal. So let's see if that happens. But here is Herrera. He's thinking about shooting on his left. And he had to pull out of a tackle there, which probably would have got him the yellow. Are you looking at the comments? Yes, I am, Vinay, Joshi. This is a big match. We've got to win, says Red Devils TV. Let's go Red Devils, says Joe Linares. And Wigan are losing to Newcastle. We don't really talk about championship level stuff. I think Darmian is going to come on for Bailly, which is a shame. Bailly is coming off. Pogba just had a shot. But I think Pogba's looking lively, as I was saying before, and it's well over. It's not causing the keeper any problems. But just been asked on Twitter by at G1emean, do you know why Mourinho gives Mkhitaryan time and Memphis not? It's quite obvious, isn't it? One's crap and one isn't. I think Memphis, Drawty and me were talking today. I think he tweeted it out that Memphis is must be the worst number 7 we've ever had at Manchester United. It's shocking that he's not been able to find any form. And people say, well, he's not been given any chance. But in professional football, it's about what you do in training as well, and he's clearly not doing it. Kellen H is watching from South Africa. Welcome. Benteke, I'd overrun it there. Phil Jones was on the cover anyway. But what are we? We're just about 13 minutes and 40 seconds in. And I think Carrick, Herrera and Pogba are looking good. Pogba's playing very advanced today. But Palace's job is to just get men behind the ball. Zlatan needs to be in the box there. Rooney. But everyone's moving the ball around quite well. It's good to see Rooney. His touch looks good. His passing looks good. Like the game against West Ham, really. Whereas the match against... he nearly scored then. Well, he didn't nearly score, but he had a chance. The game last week against Zoya, I think he was back to rubbish Rooney again, but he looks a bit sharper tonight, which is good. 602 likes on the video. There's over 1,600 of you watching, so if half of you just hit the like button, you're massively part of this with the live comments. Tottenham have gone 1-0 up. We'll get to 1,000 likes for you, which would be great. Shout me out, says Gravity Gaming. Liverpool are winning, says the Mad Celt. There's obviously been a couple of goals go in that are quicker than what I'm watching, which is BBC's. BBC should be quicker than this. They are slow. I haven't got any goals. All I've got is 0-0 at the moment, which is odd. But apparently Liverpool are winning, somebody said. I ain't got any goals. So it's all 0-0 as far as I'm concerned. We have got a goal, Christian Eriksen for Tottenham, so that's right. So I'm sure the Liverpool goal is probably going to come through any minute. No way you need to read these comments and watch the game. Rojo needs to relax a bit, in my opinion, says Andrew Thompson. Nice little touch by Rooney again, finding his mate Carrick, who switches it, and now Pogba's got some good room on the left-hand side. Can he put a cross into Zlatan? He's got 3 players around him, and indecisive. Yeah, 1-0 to Liverpool. Lallana on the 29th minute, which it was. Could do with them dropping some points today. Pogba's in here, he might shoot. You need to lay that off a lot. Pogba's holding on to the ball for too long, but it might work. Little dink, it's over the top. I think Pogba played the wrong ball there, and Herrera shoots well over from the edge of the box. I think Pogba just here, he's hanging on. All he's got to do is lay it off to Rooney. I don't know why he doesn't lay it off to Rooney there. Goes to Mata instead, and he should have been laying it off to Rooney. Rooney would have got a shot on goal there. So far, Man City, Liverpool and Arsenal have dropped points. This awesome guy. Lallana scored 1, says Jahid. He did, and it is 1-0 to Tottenham as well. Liverpool will win the Prem, says Delta Daz. No chance. And Rojo's been playing very well. What do you think, says Miss Charlie 08. I think Rojo and Jones have been a revelation. In the case of Jones, I think you could sort of almost put it down to... this is the first time he's played 6 games in a row, which is appalling in 5 years. So you could say the fact that he stayed fit, it's similar to what's happened to Chris Smalling, who used to get injured a lot. And, he started playing regularly and suddenly he was a good defender. So I think that's not surprising with Phil Jones if you sort of look at it that way. But with Rojo, I think he'd played more than enough games. I just couldn't see him as a defender. Oh, Rooney nearly. Little dink cross into the box, and he didn't quite get up for it. Tottenham winning as well. Obviously, they're still 3 points ahead of us, so we need to reflect their score at least. I think Tottenham are always going to win tonight, though. I mean, at home to Hull, they were always going to comfortably win that. People asking about the timer, obviously not aware that it's not working. So we are 17 minutes and a half into this game. 17 minutes and 36 seconds to be precise. No, Delta Das says no. Corrects himself. Liverpool will never win the Premier League. They are born losers, says Sasuko. What on earth is this formation, says GCDV Vlogs. And Christian Haywood says subs. Someone somewhere says he's followed United since 71 and your analysis is very good. Thank you. I mean, a lot of it comes from what you lot say as well. So I can't take all of the credits for the channel or the analysis because a lot of it really does come from you. Yui Roberts says, is Bastian on the bench? Schweinsteiger is on the bench. It's quite a weak bench today. In fact, it's going below me on the screen there. You've got Romero, Darmian, Fellaini, Lingard, Schweinsteiger, Rashford and Young. Martial dropped, as we understand it. Mkhitaryan injured, as we know. But Schweinsteiger is on the bench. Of course, obviously, if you've been watching or keeping up to date with the news today, apparently Schneidlin, we always thought Memphis might go to Everton, but Schneidlin in a £20 million deal in January. There we go. Daniel Wright asking who's the better team. United are the better team. Palace, not really done a hell of a lot. Manchester United, masses of possession. Final ball sort of, I wouldn't say letting us down. We're just, working our way into the game, but we haven't had a really good chance yet. I think there's been opportunities to have a good chance. Excuse me for that yawn. There has been opportunities to have a good chance, but we haven't quite had one yet. Bastion is the best midfielder of all, says Dean Ambrose fan. I think he's running the game a bit at the moment. How did I ever watch football without the United stand, says Delta Daz. Very, very nice of you to say so. We're on 706 likes. Like the video. Bay's injured again on the same knee. It's ridiculous. Oh. I mean, that is ridiculous. Trying to run off a... Well, he's either got a strong knee or he's going to come off injured, isn't he? Because that knee just seems destined to get absolutely clamoured and hammered tonight. But still 1-0, no score changes, which, to be honest, you lot are probably going to pick it up to more than me. Bay is fine, says Red Devils TV. He's back up on his feet. My only concern about this game so far is I think we're well in control, but it's, away games is the problem, isn't it? This crowd, it only needs a Palace goal and then they'll get up for it. But Rooney working back well there. Phil Jones up well, good defending. Remember, our defence is good as well at the moment. Yeah, so 733 likes is what I was on about. Drop us a like on the video. Let's get to 1,000 likes before half time. I know there's 1,600 of you consistently watching this stream at the moment. You're all very welcome and thanks for joining us. Keep commenting or watching, whatever you're doing. And also, as I have to keep doing this, make sure you subscribe to the United Stand, please. Let's get bigger and better. The bigger we get, the bigger your voice gets. And I truly mean that because we're never going to not be what we have been for the last 2 years, which is an independent fan channel that says it how it is and invites you lot on to do exactly the same. Whatever your opinion, it will be respected, but we won't necessarily agree with it. And there's another injury here to a United player, Carrick this time, who doesn't normally go down injured. That's not the sort of injury we want. I'm just watching it back. I don't think there's anything in that from Benteke. I don't think he should be getting a yellow card. It's one of them ones where they stretch their foot across and after Carrick's hit it, he's kicked his foot. So maybe there was something. Yui Roberts has just liked the video. That's nice of him. Mickey's back at Christmas, says Davake. A bit like Santa. And Yui Roberts is subs. This is why I like doing the watch-alongs as well. It's not only because of the interactivity, but we do tend to pick up a few new viewers who hopefully like the content and then the big thing about it is, if you like the watch-alongs, make sure you watch everything else. Make sure you watch Sunday Night Live at 8:30. It's our Christmas special this week. Every Sunday night at 8:30, Talking United. Live comments, you're always part of the show. Monday night 8:30, Skype Goldbridge. You can actually be on the show, Skype in and have your say about United. Brilliant show again on Monday. Obviously, we do live previews. Friday night, we'll be doing the West Brom one at 8:30. There's daily content, and we've got to start the transfer stuff as well, which I absolutely love. That'll be daily in January, talking about transfers at 8:30 as well. Oh, we've got Bay in here, cross back. Oh, just not quite. It was a good overlap. Crossed it back to the penalty box. Rooney's there waiting to equal Sir Bobby's record, but it was a good tackle by Kabay. What are your thoughts on Memphis' future, says Mr. PX YT. Hold on a minute, mate. There's a cross coming in from Herrera, and it's into the keeper's arms. I think he's finished. I think him and Schneiderlin have finished. I said it for a long time about Memphis, that he's finished. What I did say in the summer is that what I thought would happen with Memphis is I thought he'd be a bench player, not be able to force his way into the team, and we'd sell him in the summer. Two weird things actually happened. He's not actually even managed to get on the bench, which I think is shocking for a player of his ability. And then the second thing that makes it even worse is that our wingers haven't actually played that well, and he's still not been able to force his way in. When you think Mkhitaryan didn't have a good start, Martial's been in hot and cold, Rashford's not been playing well out there because he isn't a winger, Lingard, there wasn't a lot of competition for Memphis, and he still can't even get on the bench, so he's gone. When is FIFA, Mark? Says Daniel Wright. You're talking about my FIFA career mode, which I haven't done for about 3 weeks. Apologies. I think I'm probably going to do that for you on Sunday. No, I won't be able to do it on Sunday. Tuesday. Might do it on Tuesday. Yeah. 2-0 to Liverpool. Origi. They can't lose every game. Liverpool can't lose every game. They've been doing quite well. And we've got Middlesbrough and Sunderland at home to come, and we'll get 6 points from that. So let's not get too concerned. We've got to win tonight anyway. It doesn't matter what anybody else does if we don't win. Let's not forget. And let's not also forget, Liverpool lost to Bournemouth and drew at home to West Ham. So they've dropped 5 points in their last 2 games. So that's, if they win tonight, they win tonight. They've got Everton on Monday. So that's the game I think they will drop points in. And they've got City over Christmas. So, and then we've got to play them. So that could be the points we need to make up on them, as long as we win all our games. So Liverpool winning tonight's not the end of the world, is what I'm trying to say. Although it would have been nice if they had dropped points. But United sort of need to create a chance at the moment. We are in control of this game. Daily Blind just stepping in. We're not winning yet, said Hans Cockett. He said, are we winning? We're not winning yet. Chelsea have gone 1-0 up. As would we would expect them to beat Sunderland anyway. We would expect Chelsea to beat Sunderland. They're managed by Moyes. Row. Good Rooney. Blind can't get the cross quite in. We need a goal. Time is not going to happen tonight, mate. It's broken, and the only way I can fix it is by starting the stream again, and I don't propose to do that in the middle of a United game. So I will tell you what the time is on my watch. It's 25 and 35 seconds. 25 minutes and 35 seconds, roughly halfway through the second half. And we don't ignore the comments, Mazan Murray. There's bloody loads of them. And way back when, we didn't even used to put the live comments on the video. In fact, the United Stand was the first YouTube channel to ever put live comments onto a live stream or video of any kind. And we did it. We did it first. So even if you don't get read out, you are part of the video. Will Lansley, I've just seen that you've subbed. Shout out to you, mate. Welcome to the United Stand. Get involved and be part of the community. It's a nice, friendly, educated, I would say, community. Nishman makes a good point. It's a bit slow with no Mickey, Martial and Valencia. It is, but Palace are playing very defensively as well. Daniel Wright says, who will you play with? Who will we sign in January? Bay's just handballed it, and it's a free kick on the edge of the box, which is a bit of a concern. Darmian's been warming up longer than anybody. I think we'll sign, as much as I don't want us to, I think we'll sign Fonte. I really do think we'll sign Fonte. Let's just see what happens with this free kick. A little dink. Bay beaten in the air for the first ball. Palace win the second ball. And it's a free kick anyway. But I think it's been a good start. We just need to create a few more chances. But City haven't scored yet. You know they're going to beat Watford. Czech Fabregas scored a brilliant goal for Chelsea apparently. He played a 1-2 with Willian, and then from just outside the area, he strokes a shot into the bottom corner. Didn't try and smash it either, just placed it. Perfection. Not my words, the words of BBC Sport. But it is still 0-0 at Crystal Palace. And how's your fantasy Premier League team? Says Mr. PXYT. Not so good this week. I made a mistake. I transferred Luke Shaw out. I got Yang Vertonghen in. I was trying to do it on my phone and it wouldn't let me substitute. I meant to do it last night. I forgot. So my back three isn't the one I would have gone with. I would have took a Middlesbrough defender out and put Vertonghen in. And typically, he's already conceded 2, hasn't he, against Liverpool. Indy Tagger says Fonte is a one-season wonder. He's also 32 or 33. I don't want him at United, but there we go. I'd spend a little more and get Van Dijk. Lingard and Rashford playing rock, paper and scissors on the bench. I'm only joking. Jerome de Vries, Fonte is not good enough. I've said my bit about Fonte. I don't really see what he's all about either. Mata went tumbling there, but it's well won back by Pogba. Rooney, bad first touch. I think he was trying to lay it off to Zlatan. He should have shot. Humza says you're different today. I don't know why. I suppose everybody's different all the time, aren't they? It wasn't that far of being a layoff, but I think he should have shot. I'm getting a bit of cramp. I'm going to stand up a bit, which makes it very horrible for you. But what I can try and do is just sort of stretch while I'm like that. Being sat on your arse a lot doesn't help. The Law of Attraction says, why didn't you shoot Rooney? Yeah. Can't see Jose going for him, says Andrew Thompson. I hope so, but I couldn't see Jose keeping Fellaini. We do keep to get linked to him a lot. Do you guys have an Instagram account, says Miss Charlie08? We don't. We do all this is all done in our spare time, and to be honest, to be able to run all sorts of that like that, it's very, very difficult. So we are on Facebook. I think we've got about 40,000 followers on Facebook. The United Stand. We're on Twitter, obviously, at United Stand MUFC, where we've got about 64,000 followers, and then we're on YouTube, and they're our 3 main outlets at the moment. Twitter and YouTube are probably, well, they're our flagship stuff. Flagship, not shit. Can you dab, says Thomas Jones. I can, but I've got to be consistent. I can't dab till we sell. No dab till we sell Fellaini. Alright, it's going a little bit dull on the 30-minute and 20 seconds mark. So let's talk Christmas TV for a little bit while I'm stretching out my legs. And I'm a little bit low. This is good, because I can make myself higher. And I can make it look like I'm sat in my chair when I'm not. I'm actually, that's very good. I can do a little bit of stretching now. Bit of grinding. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Palace down the right hand side here with MacArthur, but Rojo's got in there and made the tackle, and I think Mourinho has taught him so well. The thing about Rojo is I used to say it last year, he's not I nearly said racist. Of course he's not racist. He's not biased. You let Messi skin him and Cameron Jerome, anybody. He'd just jump in and get skinned all the time, or he'd stand too far off and let somebody get a shot and they'd score. Or he'd be terrible in the air from crosses. And I think they're very basic things to teach a defender if they're willing. And Mourinho is clearly, and his trainers have clearly had a word with Rojo and taught him the basics again. And it's working dividends. I don't think Rojo and Jones are good enough to win a title by any means. But it's a bit like that season where we had Vidic and Johnny Evans playing as centre-backs and we didn't concede a goal for about 4 years. Johnny Evans was never good enough to be a Manchester United defender. But you can get by for a few games on hard work and organisation, and I think that's what we're doing at the moment. Got a very good understanding between Jones and Rojo for whatever reason. But we're gifting the ball away a lot at the moment. Cross comes in and De Gea gets hold of it. Please sing Adele for me and take off your shirt, says Alex Calvi. No. Will Lansley subbed. You did about 5 minutes ago as well, but double thank you. 827 likes. Hopefully we're going to hit 1,000 likes before half time. That would be great. Shuab Danilo says, Mark, do you think Palace will win? I mean, United will win. I do. I really do. Man City are 1-0 up as well. So everybody above us who's playing tonight is winning. So we need to win. It's 2-0 to Liverpool at half-time, I've been told. But somebody just said it's 1-0. It is only 1-0. Oh, I'm getting... You know, I trust you guys and girls. And then you spam me. So I will do that. It's a penalty for West Ham. And they're not playing anybody of any good anyway. West Ham aren't even playing. Why West Ham aren't playing? But they're not on the line. Oh, they are playing to Burnley. Get with the programme, Goldbridge. You know, stop knowing what other teams you don't even bloody care about are doing. Let's talk about Christmas TV because second half might be better than the first half. Palace are just playing so deep because they don't want to concede goals like they have done against every other team. It's typical Manchester United come into town and everybody suddenly gets well drilled defensively. Start giving me some ideas about what your Christmas lineup of films or favourite TV programmes are. Whilst I just put out another brilliant tweet. Free kick here for Palace at the moment. Can United win the Europa League, says Yusuf Ali? I think we will do, yeah. I just think, that's a very good cross. Well defended by Pogba. Cabaye delivers that really well. It's curling. It's very close to the goal. If a Palace defender gets on the end of it, it's probably a goal. Home Alone and Jingle All the Way, says Tommy Sproul. I like Home Alone. I haven't watched it yet, and I do like Home Alone 2 as well. Jingle All the Way, I haven't watched it for years. I did like it when I was a kid. Who would you have as the number 7 when Memphis leaves, says Johan Haj? I would have Griezmann. Palace are starting to get into this game a little bit more, I would say. We need to sort of up it a bit. Mackenzie Breen, how far are we into the game? Sorry. We are exactly 35 minutes. Zabaleta has scored on the 33rd minute for Manchester City. What time are you in now, Mark? Just 35 minutes and 10 seconds. City are 1-0 up. Timers broke, T-Dog Mun. It'll be back on Saturday. Is this game calling for Rashford to inject more pace? Not from the wing. And a shot wide from Ibrahimovic that deflects for a corner, which will never score. Please score a corner. Please score a corner. Bale come off Darmian at half time, says MMB 11 times 2. Do you believe in God, says Mazan? No comment. We are bad right now, says the law of attraction. We have gone off. We've not created any chance. We've not created a chance yet, have we? That's disappointing. We have been sloppy in the last 5 minutes. Amir Siddiqui, I agree. Cross comes in. Pogba is up again, and it's into the keeper's arms. Uchikanagaru says United are too slow, players sluggish, we will not score, said Red Devils TV. The game is rubbish, but swearing, says Jay Bradford. Pogba winning the ball in the air from a corner again. Shaka Phillips, would I have... Oh, it's gone by. Bad Santa is a must-watch for anyone over 15, says Marcus. I watched an hour of it, and Zaha was through then, but his first touch was bad. I just got a bit bored of it, Bad Santa, to be honest. I like Home Alone, films-wise. Die Hard is an absolute Christmas classic. I watch it every year, normally a couple of nights before or Christmas Eve if I can. Love Die Hard. Die Hard 2 is good. I don't normally watch it at Christmas, though. Family Man with Nicolas Cage, brilliant film. It's a Wonderful Life. if you get over the fact that it was probably made in the 1930s. Rooney, good chance. Lovely little chip by Pogba into the box. Rooney on the turn, and that's the sort of chance he should put away, but it's a good keeper. That would have been a good goal to level up with Sir Bobby as well. Pogba, little dink. Rooney, turn, spin, bang. It's a shame he didn't hit it on the volley. He sort of lets it bounce and hits it. Does he? Yeah, it's a bounce and hit. And if he'd hit it on the volley, he'd have got more power on it. Looping cross into the box. Pogba should keep it on. And pass back to Blind and a whipped cross. Blind. Oh, his first touch is bad. Mata. Nice little play. Two pretty stuff there from Pogba. Get the ball into the box. Fast and Furious, says Melik. Indie Tagger saying Home Alone 1 to 4 is amazing. I've never seen 3 or 4. It'd be a booking for Rojo here. For Zaha. Foul on Zaha. Yellow card. Rojo saying he didn't touch him. Let's see if it is a dive. Zaha past Carrick quite easily. Two-footed again. Oh, Rojo's a bloody disgrace. Rojo is a disgrace. Off the ground as well. Just lucky it didn't connect with Zaha, to be honest. It's obviously in his head that that's an okay thing to do. He's lucky. Snigan says, yeah, he's lucky. Rojo with another bad tackle, says Kev McGee. It was. He's off the floor. And he's got both studs showing again. I think if he connects, he's probably off. Idiotic. But some people have it. It's like Fellaini, isn't it? You know, I'm sure they don't mean to go around being an idiot. I think it's just in the heat of the moment. It's their default thing to do tackles like that. We're being a bit sloppy in this game, to be honest. Daley Blind getting closed down a hell of a lot. Pogba and Zaha. Free kick. Rojo should never be near United shirt, says Joe. But no, Rojo's been playing well, but it was just a ridiculously stupid challenge. He could have had 2 red cards in the last 3 games. Mark, do you play football? Says Shuab. I used to play football. I don't play as much now. And back sat a bit high. Pogba. Pogba's been a bit wasteful for me. Priest Puncher, what? WTF, Rojo, what are you doing with them silly tackles? Another cross, but it's Zlatan putting the cross in. That's not what we want to see. And Zaha is a threat on the break. Good tackle by Blind, but he's so fast. Carrick's in, wins the ball back, no foul. We're no threat. We're too slow. That's the problem. And I think Sander called it very, very well. I thought we might be able to thread our way through because we are getting to the edge, into the final third very easily because Palace are giving up a lot of possession. But we're not creating any chances when we get there. The Grinch is a great film, John Morris. That's another film I like to watch. I like Polar Express as well. It's a lovely little ball by Herrera. I think Bailly needs to take that down rather than head it back across the penalty box. "41 minutes. Going to be 0-0 at half time. Alex O'Donnell, should Rojo be taken off at half time? I don't think he's playing bad. I just think it's stupid decisions like that. Could see him getting sent off. Rooney now. Carrick. He's found Pogba. Good shot, good save. Lovely little long 30-yard pass into the box by Carrick, and as it comes down, Pogba hits it with his left foot, but it's at the keeper, really. That's the sort of cross you want to see from Blind. Side netting, Mata, goal kick. A couple of half good chances there for United. I'd like to see this Pogba one again. Lovely little pass in by Carrick. He hits it on his left well. It's just straight at the keeper. It's his legs. 1-0 to West Ham, if anyone's interested in them. PewDiePie Jr. is a Chelsea fan. I'm sure you're very happy, mate. Although, I think it would have been far fairer if they'd just not made you travel all the way from London to Sunderland and given you the 3 points you're always going to get against crappy Moyes. Favourite Christmas song, says Nital Mangaro. I quite like music, so I like Pipes of Peace by Paul McCartney, apart from he's a Scouser. Good Cross, no, it's not. It's not a good cross. It's gone for a goal kick. I like Winter's Tale by David Essex. Not many will have heard that. And there was a song let me just Google this. I only came across it. I only saw it the other day, and it's really good, and you probably won't have heard it. I can't play it on here, but oh yeah, Fleet Foxes, White Winter Hymnal. Fleet Foxes is the band. White Winter Hymnal is bloody brilliant, and I've only really got into it in the last week, and it's not a new song by any means, but it's very good. Yes, and I like The Power of Love by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So there you go. Driving home for Christmas, says Giant Red Devil, Chris Rea. No teeth in our attack up front, says Erika. Alex O'Donnell saying Pogba's been standout. We will get Ross back on at half time and get his thoughts as well. Should Rashford come on, says Moiji. Yeah, I would agree with you. He probably should, but he won't. And Palace are on the attack as we approach half time. We definitely can't afford to go 1-0 down, because the way things are at the moment, I don't know whether we've got 2 goals in us. It's looking like one of those games where Palace is, not going to concede many goals, unfortunately. Cross, overhit. Probably going to be about half time now. Yes, probably will be. I was following the I was following the I was following the I was following the We do need to counter quicker. Very good point. Fairy Tale of New York, says Suzuka. That is a classic Christmas song. A yellow card for Palace here for a foul on Daley Blind by some big fella. Stood on his foot. Marcus, you called it. Be a 1-1 draw or we'll just nick a win. Alex, I'll be happy with his nicking a win. John Cena says no Fellaini, no party. We will see Fellaini, so don't worry about that. There's only if there's 3 certainties in life: Arsenal being shit, Liverpool not winning the title, and United bringing Fellaini on. We will see Fellaini. Don't you worry about that. But it's a free kick for United. Can we hang up a cross and try and get a goal? You can tell by my setting myself up for Skype that I'm really not anticipating us to score from this cross. As much as I would bloody love it, I don't think we will. We will! We will! Yes, we will! I thought it would be not given. Pogba 1-0. It's a cross, it's bad defending, and we need that sort of luck. 1-0 to United. Ba-boom, boom, boom. Ba-boom, boom, boom. Pogba, 1-0. And I think Pogba has been the standout. Cross comes in. Zlatan will probably get an assist for this. Sort of chests it down, falls into the running path of Pogba, who's about 2 yards out, and we are 1-0 up. Fantastico. Magnificent. It's just important to get 1-0 up. It comes off the defender as Zlatan chests it down, and Pogba can't miss from there, but probably gets the goal that he deserves in this game. And very, very happy, because I just think, you know, today more than ever, and especially when you're away from home, but today more than ever, we just need to win this game. We need to win it, and I'm confident now, hopefully, Palace are going to have to not sit back, and that will give us a big opportunity. We'll wait for Ross to see what he wants to say as soon as he's ready, which I think he probably is. We'll get him on. 1-0 at half time. That's a good half's work as far as I'm concerned. Very happy with that. Hi Ross, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do, Mark.
Very good. I was just about to tweet out Toothless United, because I thought, you know, we've not really had any very good chances, and then we get one from 2 yards out, and it's 1-0 to Manchester United, which is fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic half, to be honest. I mean, it's one of them again where, you know, they could have Massimo Taibbi playing in goal for him and he'd have an absolute worldie against Manchester United, because that's just what's happening at the minute. I think the goalkeeper's done 2 or 3 tremendous saves, and Rojo should have been sent off as well. I mean, that challenge was an absolute disgrace, to be honest. But, you know, I think there's been positives. I think Pogba's lost the ball quite a lot this half, but I think it's all... He's done a lot of positive things, and he's tried a lot of different things, and I'd rather see him do that than sideways passing. So I haven't got a problem with that, and he's obviously got a goal, which is great for him. But yeah, overall it's been a mixed half, but do you know what, we're 1-0 up going into half time, which is all I would have wanted. So, you know, fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we're sort of talking about, in the first half on the Watchalong, we were talking about our favourite Christmas songs, our favourite Christmas movies. I mean, this wasn't the days of Van Hal last year where we were writing out our shopping lists as well. It wasn't boring, but we just weren't creating anything. And that's always difficult away from home. Palace clearly have been letting a lot of goals in. I tweeted out, you know, they've been letting goals in like water through sieves. United roll into town and they're suddenly, you know, defensive parking the bus, which, you know, can't really blame them for. But I do need to update the score, so I'll ask Ross a question. But yeah, I just think we needed to win this game. I mean, we're only halfway through, I accept that, but today really isn't about, you know, 3-1, one day we'll do it. But today is really about winning, and what makes me most happy about that is that we actually have a bit of a sloppy goal, but it's a goal, and it puts us in a different situation in the second half, insofar as Palace will have to play differently in the second half.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a goal for Pogba, and it doesn't matter how scrappy it is. It'll shut up a few of his haters, because it's a goal that will add to his stats, and that's all people care about these days, apparently, because that's all I get told about how Pogba's only assisted a few amount of goals. But it's not about stats these days. It's about how your performance affects the whole team, and I think he's been positive today. And yeah, definitely, Palace will come at us in the second half, because they're going to have to, and they're going to have to get Zaha and Benteke involved a lot more, which should open up a lot of space. On the first half sort of, you know, frailties of United, I think it's just having Rooney and Mata back in the team. Like I say, you know, it's no disrespect to them, but a lot of our pace and creativity is lost in that, and this is a perfect game for a Mkhitaryan or a Martial, but it's just a shame that obviously they're both not available. We don't know why Martial, but I'm sure we'll find out. But yeah, I think, you know, it's one of, Rooney hasn't played bad, and, you know, he's had a couple of good opportunities. It's one of these games that's not really suiting his style of play. He's dropping deep into the midfield. We don't really need him there. And Zlatan's dropping deep as well, which has been frustrating. But yeah, I still think Zlatan has had a really good half. And we've wanted a bit of luck from referees all season. And I think, you know, we had a bit against Everton with Rojo, and we've just had a massive bit of luck there, because it was an absolute disgraceful challenge. It was an old classic David May challenge. It was just terrible. And I don't know why he's... You know, it wasn't a lunge. It wasn't under huge pressure. He didn't have to make that tackle, but something switched off in his head, and that baffles me. And what's frustrating for me about that is it's almost using up our luck, if that, you know, that makes sense. Because, you know, all I'm going to see on sort of Twitter over the next few days, regardless of the result, is going to be that tackle and how the refs are suddenly all of a sudden biased for United, which is not the case, but. yeah, I don't know why he's making tackles like that. It's so frustrating.
I think it's something in his head, isn't it? You know, the Everton one was horrific. He should have gone for it. And then two games later, you know, this is professional football. This is £1 million every week on results. So there's no way. You know, if he was playing for my Sunday team, I'd have bollocked him and said, "You do that again, and you're not wearing a Sunday morning team." But I'm sure he will have been told. But it's clearly a bit like, you know, in defence of Fellaini stupidity. It's like, you know, you can tell him so many times, but it's in his mind to go, you know, it's like the rush of blood to the head, isn't it? I've got to make a tackle. I don't know anybody who really does tackle like that anyway, but you know, we've seen it twice now. It's off the ground, it's two studs showing, and it's trying to get the ball. And even if you get the ball, mate, you're probably going to get sent off if the referee sees that. And the referee did. I was surprised when it was shown back again, because I thought we were going to see that Zaha had dived, and it was poor. But I don't think I think Rojo's played quite well, but I think he's letting himself down with that, because that is going to cause a lot of problems. And as John Lopi says, Rojo deserved a red card. Just want to pick up on Rooney. I think Rooney's played quite well today. I think his control's better, his passing's better, he's working really hard. But I would agree with you that I think we're just lacking pace, which he might have to bring some pace on in the second half, because I think Palace look dangerous with Zaha, and we haven't really got that sort of player. And I think they're going to come forward now, so we'd be good to have a bit of pace on the bench. The only pace we've got is Rashford and Lingard. I'm sure we'll see Fellaini at some point. But United pretty much in control. Palace haven't done a lot as far as I'm concerned, Ross. And I'd be, 1-0 always concerns us. And just because we beat Spurs at the weekend 1-0 doesn't mean that we can hold 1-0 here. I still think we need a second goal.
100%. I think we need a second goal for quite a few reasons as well. Because I think Carrick's played a lot of football over the past sort of week, and he needs to be rested. I think this is an absolutely quality game to get Schweinsteiger involved. Now he's on the bench, but he's not going to make that substitution at 1-0 because you can't risk it, because Carrick is so good defensively, and you won't know what Schweinsteiger's position is going to be like. But if we get another goal or even another 2 goals, I can guarantee you I think we'll see that substitution happen, because I think Mourinho now totally understands what Carrick means to this team, even at the age he is now. And, the results turn when he plays, and we desperately need him against West Brom. So we're going to need to start, we need to get more goals to start looking after the players that we have on there, because, we have to get the goals to do that. And go out in the second half again, pretend that it's 0-0 and fight for another goal. But we get Zlatan in the box a bit more as well. I know he drops deep for a reason, and he's very good at holding the ball up and, bringing players into the game. But a game like today, we've got all the possession, I'd rather him just stay in there and we just pile crosses in at him all day, because Pogba's winning headers for fun in there. He's had 2 or 3 quite poor headers by his standards. And I think if Zlatan's getting on the end of them, we should be knocking goals in.
Mark, the moderator's just said if you've joined the stream at half time, please do drop us a like, because we've got 970 likes. We're very close to hitting that 1,000, which we normally do, and it's down to you lot getting involved. Somebody just said there that Paul Pogba's been fantastic today. Everything's going through him. I think Pogba's a weird player for some people in the way that they think he's rubbish. And as you were saying there, people say he played well today because he scored a goal, when that's not really what his job is. It's a nice little bonus. But yeah, he's made mistakes today, but I think everything has been going through, and that in itself is not, that doesn't happen for, a good player makes that happen. And he's wanted the ball, he's got everything to his game. I think he's going to get gradually better and better. And as Slick Willie says, he has been good today. In relation to go on.
I think you can see a change in the dynamics of the team with Rooney and Pogba, because you sort of, even 2 months ago, you'd have Pogba laying it off to Rooney to sort of create something. Rooney just doesn't want that responsibility anymore, and you can see him happily just passing it to Pogba, like sort of 5 yards away from him, because he knows Pogba's going to create. And Pogba now, I think he's settled at United, and he's happy to lose the ball, which is a big thing for him, because it means that he's going to try and create more chances and risk losing the ball, where Rooney, I think, is getting to the age in his career where he knows he's going to get hammered if he does lose the ball. So he's happy to just sort of sideways pass it to Pogba and let him take that weight on his shoulders now, which, is crazy for a player like Wayne Rooney, because I never thought I'd see him do that. But just shows you the shift in the way Manchester United are playing and the responsibilities.
Yeah, and you know what? We've been quite critical of Rooney on this channel, although I know you really like him. But I don't have any issue with Rooney now, because I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think he, instead of trying to make everything happen through him, the passing of the baton is happening. It's a bit like with Giggs. And I know he's on £300,000 a week and that makes it difficult. But he could be, he could stay at United. If he wants to, he could stay at United for the next 3 years as a sort of influential squad player, which is what he should become. Everything's not about Rooney now. And I think he's taken on that baton, and that is really good. Question I want to ask you, Scholes Legend 18 disagrees that Pogba has played well, which you can sort of see. He's made a few mistakes, but everything's going through him, and ultimately he's got the goal. Ethan Drummond Child said, and I'll let you have a think about this, Ross, who would you take off to bring on the pace? Just while I say, we've hit over 1,000 likes, absolutely superb, brilliant, and thanks everybody for that. And I will be obviously live in the second half with the watch along, but my live match reaction will be about 5 minutes after full time. We will have a separate stream for that. And I think we're about 200 subscribers off 57,000 subscribers. So that'd be great. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hologram in the bottom right hand corner, click it and get us over 57,000 while we're on air. That'd be brilliant. And there might be a little Christmas present I give out at the end of the show. Hint, hint, red and white. But Ross, who would you be thinking about taking off to bring on a little bit of pace? Probably not going to happen before the 60 minutes.
If it's around about 60 minutes, depending on how he plays in the second half, I'd be looking at either Mata or Rooney. I absolutely love Juan Mata, and I don't like saying this about him, but I just think in this game he's been a little bit ineffective, and he's making a lot of runs and he's moving, and there's not for want of trying, but I just feel his effectiveness is waning a little bit. But he needs to come out and have a big second half, and he could completely change this, and he normally does. I have a commentator's curse with Juan Mata, so hopefully he does come out and change. But looking at the way it is, and with Rooney, actually playing quite well, I'd look to take Mata off, and who to bring on. I probably wouldn't bring on Rashford, to be honest. I think this is the sort of game that Jesse Lingard might actually be effective. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I just think Rashford's good at running in behind, and we're never going to get that against Crystal Palace sitting 10 men behind the ball, where Lingard is a little bit more, he's got more passing and intricacy, and his movement is fantastic.
I think the credit to Carrick and Herrera especially, because they've sort of gone into that category now where Mourinho won't sub them, just like he won't sub Pogba and Zlatan. So I would agree with you. I think the two players attacking wise that are going to come off, it's always going to be Mata for one, and Rooney probably would be the second one that he'd look to take off, because he's not going to take off that spine of his, rightly or wrongly. Lynn Hall saying it's a very perceptive comment from Ross about Rooney and Pogba. She called you Paul.
Nice.
But it is. I think it's the passing of the baton, and I don't think many of us I personally always thought Rooney would turn it round, which obviously he hasn't. I'm bouncing around here because I've got a bad back. But I thought he would do, which he didn't. But I never really wanted him kicking out the club or anything like that. I thought it was time to sell him, but there was always a role for him if he sorted himself out. He's never going to get back to the Rooney of 5 years ago. But if he sorted himself out, i.e. his touch, his speed and his passing, there's a place for him. But it's not the Rooney of old where he's doing everything. The baton has to be passed to the better players. But he can still have a role, and maybe that's what the role's going to be. So yeah, very, very, very good point. Everybody's winning 1-0, by the way, in relation to Liverpool, City, Spurs and Chelsea. So we had to win today. We're only halfway there. But all I would say about that is, if we win and everybody else does, I think Ross said he expected Liverpool to lose today. But, Liverpool, we are 7 points behind Liverpool. We'll still be 7 points behind Liverpool. They've got Everton away on Monday. If we beat West Brom, we could be closer to them. They've definitely got City to play over Christmas when we've got Borough and Sunderland at home. And we've got them in January. So even if, we could have them by then, which is, if somebody had said a couple of weeks ago, you'll catch Liverpool by the end of February, we'd have snapped the hand off. So you can't, and Liverpool also have dropped 5 points in the last two. So them winning tonight it's not the end of the world. Thoughts on the second half, Ross, before I let you go?
Just say, same again, to be honest. Go out there, just fight for it. And subs are going to be absolutely critical in the second half. So we've got to sort of wait and see what happens with that. And hopefully we don't see Fellaini. But like you say, I can absolutely guarantee we will. And also I'd like to say to everyone that it will be worth tuning into the Christmas special, especially if Paul's on there, because we can actually watch Mark struggle between me and Paul while we're live on air. Yeah.
Christmas special, 8:30 on Sunday. If I've got time, I'm thinking about going retro studio and setting up the Soccer Box one, which for many of you who have ever seen it, for those of you who have, you'll know what I'm on about. But it depends if I've got time to set it up. But it will be a good show anyway, Christmas special. Thanks, Ross, at Hazard90 on Twitter. Give him a follow. Very good points. Very perceptive things like he spoke about there. A really valued and member of the United Stand. Enjoy the second half. I really hope we do get a result. I think it is all about just getting a win today.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
See you in a bit.
Cheers.
Yes, very good points, and yeah, you know what? I'd end the game now. I know we all like to win 3 or 4-0, but I'd end the game now because realistically, it is about getting the 3 points tonight, and it is about getting the 3 points against West Brom, which will be another step up from this. But will be a good practice. The second half's kicked off by the way, but it'll be a good practice for us. I'm not really this small. I'm just stretching my back. It's very hard to sit down for so long, and without moving. Sei Kalaxi says ref will give penalty to Palace if it stays 0-1. More goals needed. I'd agree with that. I'm not saying they're going to get given a penalty, but I think we do need to try and get a second goal. Decent shot there, but we're right behind it. It was always going wide from Ledley. There is no time, and the time is broken. Vikramjit Dutta. It is broken, and I don't know why I'm speaking Mexican or whatever I'm trying to do. But yeah, it'll be back on Saturday for West Brom game. T Brabs is watching from Indonesia, and we need Mickey, says Ahmed Ati. Well, he's injured, so you've just got to crack on, haven't you? We need a second game. I must say I'm not inspired or excited by this lineup. It is very slow in the front three. The midfield's good, but the front three is quite slow and lethargic with Mata, Rooney and Zlatan. But you know, sometimes you've just got to grind out. Bit of bump and grind. We've got to grind a result out today. Mm-mm. 2-0 to Liverpool. Whoever said about half an hour ago 2-0 to Liverpool, Origi scored, well, he actually has scored now, so you should have put a bet on that, mate, because you'd seen into the future. So Liverpool are obviously going to win against Borough, which is disappointing. I'd be disappointed with Liverpool winning wherever they were in the league. I don't like them, but as long as we win, it's not the end of the world. We don't want some embarrassing result like our Arsenal had last night. We need to win tonight. Herrera, oh, check this out, here's my head. I'm very tired as well, very busy day. So don't put me to sleep, United, let's get on it. Throw in our half. What was I looking at? Okay, 56,803 subscribers. If you have not subscribed to the United Stand, hologram in the bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can hit 57,000 subscribers, and Santa might come out and play. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. The good thing about subscribing is you join in the United Stand, you'll get notifications every time we go live, and we are a live content channel. Virtually every video we do is live, so if you don't subscribe, you don't know when we're live. I should use that line. I will use it from now on. Xander Boss says Fellaini doesn't deserve to be a sub. Mad Marcus is going to watch Star Wars tonight at midnight. I'm going to watch it on Friday afternoon. The timer's not working, Menace TV. I'll have it fixed by the match for West Brom. I just can't do it at the moment. We are 48 minutes and 33 seconds into the game, if people want to know where we are. Keep us up to date with the time, please, says Jay Bradford. I will do, and this will be the one time where there's no timer on a United Stand watch along. I apologise for it, but to fix it, I would have to end the stream, and I don't want to do that. No way am I breaking this stream to fix a timer. No way, I don't want to do it. I think we need 2 wingers in, says Andrew Thompson. I think a bit of pace will help us, but he's probably not going to make any subs until at least 60 minutes. And I don't think I think what he's trying to do today is grind out a result like Mourinho used to with his Chelsea side. I think he's going to try and grind a result out and I wouldn't be surprised if we grind a second goal, and then we'll take it from there. I said on the watch along on Saturday, what I'm going to try and do is we've been contacted before by betting companies. What we might be able to do is get some sort of sign-ups for companies and favourable deals or whatever like that, because a few have asked us to do it, and I'll get involved in it in the hour before, and I'll tell you what I'm going to put my bets on. You know, not going to put mortgages on it or anything like that, but I did say no money, sort of let's see what happens as a sort of trial run. Zlatan to score at any time and Herrera to get a yellow card were my two today. Obviously I don't want Herrera to get a yellow card, I just predicted that he would. I should have said Rojo, probably be odds on. Why is Bay playing at right back, says Callum Azar? Because obviously he doesn't want to break up the steel wall of Jones and Rojo. As one of you said at half time, Rojo the best two-footed player I've ever seen. But Bay used to play right back a bit at Villarreal, so he's not playing out of position. Zlatan, I wish he'd shot then. We need to put a cross into the box. Carrick, he's overhit that for Bay, and it'll go for a goal kick. Overplaying the ball, over-egging the pudding when we had the opportunity to put the ball in the box. Mr. GTR 203 is worried that Fellaini will come on and make it 1-1. Bay is going off definitely this time for Darmian. Jordan Curley's late. I'll let you off this one time. I'm only joking. Mazan Mahi says, what is this channel about, Mark? I'm new here. Well, Bay's just going off at the moment, so I will tell you, Mazan. It's the Manchester United. This is the United Stand. It's the biggest independent Manchester United fan channel. It's run by the fans. It's for the fans. And our big mantra is live content, you involved, whether it's on the live comments or coming on via Skype on a Monday night on Skype Goldbridge. Say it how it is. You know, none of this bloody scripted half-time rubbish you get. None of these ex-pros who just, you know, bored to death of it. Say it how it is. Football for the fans, by the fans, for the most important people. You take fans out of football, there is no football. I think fans are neglected. They're bled dry by the big media companies and even footballers and managers who just take us all for granted. And actually, if we were all taken away, which we never would be because we love the game, there would be no football. We make it, and our voice should be listened to. That's what the United stands about. 2 years, and the voice keeps getting bigger and bigger because of all you lot. Fantastic. Matthew McFadden, Darmian's sideburns are as patchy as my university grades. Darmian on is a bit of a concern, but it's the most longly anticipated sub this season because Bay's been coming off more times than I don't know, something that comes off a lot. Palace starting to move around. You see, this is the thing. Are United now starting to, you know, try and defend a 1-0 lead after half time because we are starting to invite them on. See, if you had Fosu Mensah on the bench, you'd be more confident, wouldn't you? Oh, that was a nice drink of water. I enjoyed it. I think Bay's just given somebody his shirt. Oh, Andrew Thompson says we need two wingers in the transfer window, not in this game. Well, we probably need two in both, to be honest. I like Lozano from Mexico, but I don't think we were ever really in for him. I think it was just paper talk last summer. Leon Bailey, maybe. But I don't like Leon Bailey's attitude where he wants to come to Manchester United but only if he's going to be a first team player. You've got to work hard. Yeah, that's exactly what went wrong with Memphis. You've got to work for it. You want players to come who are hungry. Palace fans singing about something with a microphone. Probably saying Pardew out. Well, at least... Ooh, it's a foul on Zlatan. At least Darmian's come on to right back. Jones is solid, says Swartz. Rot. He has had a good game. That's one thing we didn't touch on at half-time. Who's been your players of the half? I think Carrick and Herrera have been their steady selves as per usual. Pogba, for me, was the pick of the half because everything was going through him, even though, didn't necessarily do everything right. But he certainly did. He did do a lot right. And who else? Phil Jones played well. Rojo's done well apart from that stupid tackle. And then I think everybody else has, not played badly, just pretty much average. West Brom are winning. Which isn't a bad thing, really. You want them to have a little bit of confidence against us, although they'll just be thinking a point's a good point. Callum Azar says, if Jones stays fit, can he be a better player than Chris Smalling? I think he thinks he will be. I think Smalling's getting a lot of bad stick at the moment. I still think Smalling's a good defender. I like the fact that he's tall and got pace. It's got to be a foul on Rooney there. I think Rooney will be hurt there because the other player's gone down. MacArthur might go into the book for it. Let's watch it back again. Yeah, that will have hurt Rooney, to be fair. Meggs and catches one on his left knee. Probably hurt a bit. Free kick to United. I'd like to see Pogba hit this. I don't think Rooney will be badly injured. It's not one of them where you've hurt yourself, sort of done your knee. I think it's just where you've whacked your bone. United branch. We need a proven winger, not some scum like Memphis that dilly-dallies in crap leagues. Lingard and Rashford and Young warming up. I don't think we'll see Schweinsteiger today by any means, but it's nice to see him on the bench. Rooney's up, and I don't think Rooney will have any problems running that up. Thomas Williams worried that he might be injured. I doubt it. I don't think it's that sort of injury at all. Zlatan's going to take a free kick. Can he actually show us why he takes a free kick? He was my tip to score a goal today, so I'd like him to show. But I liked that free kick from Pogba. It was very Beckham-esque. Every free kick I've seen from Zlatan has made me think, why does he take free kicks? and nothing changes. Any other goals to tell you about? Liverpool are 3-0 up now. Lallana again. Rondon's playing well for West Brom. He scored. So Liverpool winning well against Borough. Chelsea still winning at Sunderland. West Ham winning at Burnley. United winning. City winning. And 0-0 with Stoke and Southampton. Spurs winning. West Brom winning. That's your scores. United 1-0 up just concerns me though. I'd hate to see us drop any more points. But Cheeky Chutney says he's famous. Ibra taking free kicks is retarded. Says Priest Puncher. I'd have to agree with that. I've not seen any reason why he takes free kicks. Where do you realistically see Man United finishing at the end of the season? Says Sean Webley. I think our season will be defined by these next. Well, I was going to say 6 games, 5.5 games. This game, West Brom on Saturday, Borough and Sunderland at home before the new year, which I think we should win both, and then West Ham away and Liverpool at home. And if we win all those, I think top 4 is a minimum. if we drop points in those, which, you know, I'm not saying, I think West Brom's a hard game and we could drop points there, but I just don't think we really can afford to. We've sort of been given a little bit of a sniff of a sniff by City and by Arsenal last night and by Liverpool in their previous 2 games. And to take advantage of that, we need to win all our games. We can't afford to draw anymore. A draw's like a loss for us now, even though it could be a well-deserved draw. We need to grind out the wins. Lovely ball by Carrick. Just doesn't quite work. But I'd have a little bit of pace. A bit of pace. Nicky Collis, I don't know. Oh, if I'm asked, I will. I would never duck going onto any football channel, and I've always said that. I'm a very nice person, and I would speak to anybody about football. Adnan Janusaj, do we want him back, says Skull13. I think he falls into that category where I don't think he'll ever be Man United class. Lynn Hall, we may as well send Fosu Mensah on loan. I was speaking about that the other night, actually. I'd agree with that. I think he's ready, so he may as well be playing games. I think he's just wasting his time not playing first team football. He's ready. Plucky Brill says Pogba goal was offside. I thought it might have been marginally offside, to be honest, but you know what? I don't care, because we've had so much bad luck this season. A little bit of good luck isn't a bad thing. What time are you, Mark? Says Tyler Hastings. It is 60 minutes and 45 seconds. So we've got half an hour to go. Callum Azar says the streams aren't working. I'll keep you up to date, mate. Don't worry about that. Our goal difference is killing us, says the law of attraction. It is, but you know what? You've got to have points before you start worrying about goal difference. And I don't think we're really set up to score loads of goals, are we? For whatever reason. And not today, anyway. I think we have been in previous games. We should have won a few, 3 or 4-0. 4-0, Lalana, says Junior Men. Liverpool are going to win the league again then. The thing is, you can win a game 24-0. It's what you do in the next game. And their next game's Everton. And I would hope Everton will beat them, because they still haven't, you know... Maybe Borough made a mistake. This is the problem. You know, Liverpool have a couple of bad results against West Ham, not beating them at home. That should have been 3 points for them if they want to do anything. Losing at Bournemouth from a winning position. You know, they've still dropped 5 points from their last 9 if they win today. But I think what Borough did is they probably saw that Liverpool had dropped points in the last 2 games. Good save, De Gea. Shot from MacArthur just outside the box. Shoots, and De Gea puts it out for a corner. I will tell you whether it was actually going to go in, because we're right behind it now. He shoots. It is going right for the top corner. I'm going to have to tweet. It was a brilliant save. What a save. What a save. Going into the top corner, that was. Just hope they don't score from the corner. And he's up again to catch it. Well done, Dave. It was a bloody good save, that was. Always worth watching them back again when they show you. That's why they do them. But a very, very good save. But yeah, I think what Borough have done tonight is they've seen them bad results from Liverpool and they've thought, oh, we can have a go and get a result here. Whereas if it had been Liverpool of a couple of weeks ago, they probably would have played very defensive and tried to hit them on the break. But they've probably had a go and it's not worked. Jordan Curley, top 4 is there for us. We just need to win games. Mark, do you agree? I totally agree with you, Jordan. And evening, Mark, says Cam Neville. Evening, Cam. Come on, United, says Anthony Evelyn. Favourite non-English team, says Mazan. I do like Juventus. I've always liked Juventus. Rooney's just giving it away there in a ridiculous position. That will, you know, if that's anybody else, they get into trouble. Oof, well, we've managed to clear it, thank God. I don't know whether Rooney was fouled, to be fair. Dean Ambrose fan, De Gea is the best keeper of all time. I think he's the best keeper in the world, to be honest. United branch is on about the fact that we didn't win the league for 26 years before Fergie won it with us, and Liverpool haven't won it for 26 years. We need Chelsea to keep winning. We can't rely on us catching Liverpool. I think we can, but do we want to risk that? So for me, if you don't want Liverpool to win the league, which is what I never want them to win the league, for the moment, I would rather Chelsea just kept winning as our security blanket that they don't win the league. Thomas Williams, who is your second team? Forest? No, it isn't. The Forest fan stuff I just ignore because it's what bitter, odd people who supposedly support United like to try and hit me with a tar stick. Paint me with tar would be a better word. As a Forest fan, because I quite, where do they get this information from? From my mouth. So they tried to tarnish me with that, even though they wouldn't have the information if I hadn't given it up freely. And honestly, I'm from Nottingham. My mum and dad separated when I was 6, and I used to go to my dad's house at weekends. My dad is a Chelsea fan. He wasn't going to drive me down to watch Chelsea every weekend, so he got a Forest season ticket, and we used to go and watch Forest. But I already supported Manchester United because my granddad got me into Manchester United and my mum got me into Manchester United. So I used to go and watch football. And I live in the Midlands. I do go and watch football. I've been to watch West Brom a few times, Aston Villa. I've never been to Birmingham. They don't do it for me. I've even been to Solihull Moors down the road. And I've been to Coventry. So I like watching football. So I used to go and watch Forest a lot because I lived in Nottingham. I saw a very good team. I saw probably one of the best managers they've ever been in Brian Clough. I saw Roy Keane's debut away at Liverpool. I went to Hillsborough. I went to Wembley a few times. My first game at Old Trafford was Manchester United Forest in the FA Cup quarter final, which Forest actually won 1-0. I was gutted on the way home, but I wish United had won that, obviously, because I support United. It's Palace at the moment, but if United had won that, then the Hillsborough never would have happened because they wouldn't have played United Liverpool at Hillsborough. I don't think. Here we go, 1-1. It's a good goal, 1-1. Carved apart. I'd like to watch that again. They carved us apart. MacArthur scores. I'm just going to see who's to blame, really. It looks like a good passing move. Darmian. Pogba. Yeah, what I would say to that is very much what Lynn was saying a minute ago. Why are we using Darmian when we could use Fosu Mensah? He's ready. Pogba loses his man, but Darmian just lets his winger come inside. We've got to win this game. This is an absolute tragedy. 67 minutes exactly now. We've not created anything in this half. We're slow, sitting back, lax and asking for trouble, says Clive Delaney on Twitter. Totally agree with that. It was a good goal. It was a good goal, but it was poor defending, on three levels. Jones can't really do much. Pogba's lost his man. I think Darmian's got to cut the danger out far, far better. Not tight enough, says Scholes Legend. Disgusted, says Kellen Dank. I think if we draw this game today, it's gone. It is gone. We can't have this. Is I know people say it's never gone, it's never over, of which Mad Mark would be one of them. But if we don't win a game, it's a good shot from Rooney here. It's a shame it doesn't go in. And again, another fantastic save by the Palace keeper. It's a good, brilliant shot by Rooney. Would have been a brilliant way to equal the record. Full stretch. Good save by their keeper. And we need another goal. Bloody do. Bloody do, mate. We'll get another goal, says Zach MU. Well, here's a corner. Daily Blinn's decent. Rojo. They want a handball there because Rojo heads it straight at their player. And there's loads of United fans all around it. And the referee is like, no, 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 no. So let's see that back again. Because United players are all over him. We don't get penalties. I'm watching it. Rojo's header. Oh yeah, he takes it off Rojo. He takes it off his head. It's a blatant red card. It's blatant handball. Yes! 2-1 to United. I was just about to tweet on he's given offside. Given offside. It must have been offside. I want to see this. Cross coming in. Herrera. Who heads it? Well, Rojo's not offside. Well, who's offside? Was Rojo offside on the initial pass? Well, to be fair, from going 1-1, we've actually had 3 chances to score. One being a penalty. Pogba's been booked as well. Was not offside, says Matteo. I didn't think it was. I just couldn't see where Rojo was. This ref's a joke. Another bad referee. That is the most blatant penalty because Rojo's trying to head it and he's averted the play. The ball, it's not ball to hand, it's move the ball. And Rojo's not offside either. Rojo's not offside and Mata's not offside. Just Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. It was a penalty and our goal wasn't offside either. So we've just had 2 blatant chances. I think Lingard's come on for Mata. Yeah, we knew that had happened. And it's gutting for Mata because he's just scored a good goal. Herman Sonji, the ref bottles it again. He certainly does. What a joke ref, says Shorts Weiss Rot. You're not singing anymore, says the gaming scrub. Yellow card here. Oh, the ref decides to book a Palace player. We'd rather have the goal we should have had from the penalty. We've been robbed. We have been robbed. Delaney into the book. Probably as bad as Rojo's tackle, that. 19 minutes to save our season. Palace are so bad we need to win this, says Chris Smith. Do you trust United to score? I hope so. He's going to have to put Rashford on at some point, surely. Unbelievable, says Dan the Man. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Indie was happy. Every game for the last 5 games, refs have robbed us, says Ricky Singh. It's been going on for absolutely ages. It's a joke. And to get 2 in a row like that, I mean, our goal might have been slightly offside. I'm sure it was, but you know, it wasn't blatantly offside, and you get those sort of goals in football. But to have a blatant penalty like that, and I would argue that with anybody, it was a blatant penalty because it wasn't ball to hand. It was moving the trajectory of the ball of a player that's going to head it towards goal with your arm like that. Penalty. And then the offside goal straight after wasn't offside. Awful. Awful. Venom plays. Bad referee. Yeah, awful. It's always down to the referee, says Robin, and I totally agree with you. It's absolutely shocking. You know what I find funny? I'm just having a quick look at Twitter now. Liverpool are still playing a football match, but they're all over our timeline on Twitter. That's how obsessed Liverpool fans are. But this is... And they're all telling me how our first goal shouldn't have stood. So they've actually been watching United instead of their own club. Tottenham are winning 3-0. West Brom are winning 3-0. Liverpool are winning 3-0. Let's be honest, if we don't win this game, regardless of, you know, there's 20 minutes to still get another goal. Yes, it should have been a penalty is what I'm trying to say. Yes, it should have been an offside goal, but we've still got time to win this game. Let's not make excuses. Let's win the game. Manchester United fans is the name. He's not happy with Zlatan. He's not played a good game apparently. I don't care whether he plays a good game or not. I just think I want him to get a goal. But I think, you know, for me, if it stays like this, Darmian, Mourinho's making bad choices by ignoring the youth. Rooney's shot was it would have been a very good goal. It's a shame it didn't go in. It was a good save by the keeper. I'll give him that. Palace are giving a lot of free kicks up. Oh, thanks for that comment, Haddy. See you later. You won't be commenting on our videos anymore, you scouser. You're more than welcome to come on here if you're a fan of another channel, but you're not putting vile comments on, so you go. And then you're lost. You've got nowhere else to comment on because your own crap club doesn't do stuff like this. Come on. Herrera flicked off the wrong man. Rooney. Oh, it's behind Lingard. Poor control. Corner. Ledley's going mad that it's a corner to Manchester United. I don't know why, because we don't score from corners. Bastion on says SM. He's going to have to make some sort of substitution. He's got 2 more to make. No, he's not. He's got 1 more, hasn't he? Because Bailly went off. It'll be Fellaini. It'll be, let's hit long balls into the box, and it'll be Fellaini. And I hope Fellaini scores. But Carrick, Pogba, messing around with it in the box. What's he doing? Goal kick. Oh, stop moaning. Stop putting your hands to your head, Pogba, and get up. Get on with it. You're a midfielder. Come on. Lee Carman. We are struggling to score more than 1 goal in in games. I would, you know what, I thought that was a very good call. I would get Schweinsteiger on. I think we need that sort of attacking finesse up front. We're trying to pass our way through a team and it's not going to work. Blind with a cross. Oh, nearly. Little glancing header from Palace. Herrera's got it. Can he put a cross in? Corner ball. Corner ball. We're losing ground, says Schwartz-Weiss Rock. We definitely, if we don't win tonight, forget it. Forget it. You can't drop. We can't afford to drop points on everybody else. We're on 25 points and Spurs will go, you know, they'll be 5 points ahead of us. Liverpool will be, you know, 10 again. Headed wide by Rojo. A lot of people just reading some comments off the BBC. Danny Charity, the standard of officiating at Selhurst Park has been diabolical. Both sides benefiting from some clearly incorrect decisions. Adam Jones, if that's not the most blatant handball ever, then I don't know what is. And Richard says, obvious handball, obvious. The standard of officiating in this league is abysmal, which I would agree with. I think it is. I think it absolutely is abysmal. But it just seems to happen to United a lot. Right, United on the attack here with Zlatan out on the right. He hasn't got the pace to cause anybody any problems. It's a little pass. It's a good save with the feet from Lingard. We're starting to get chances now, but you know, chances aren't goals. You've got to score the goals with the chances. Another corner for Manchester United. Time, mate, 78 minutes, 32 seconds. So we've got about 12 minutes left. Rashford to score, mark my words, says Dylan Hogan. I bloody hope so, mate. I hope so. How can we not beat Palace, says Shadow X Beasts. Marnie is better than everyone in Man United combined, says Stormtrooper. Why are you watching the United channel? Palace making a substitution. You just know he's going to chuck Fellaini on. You just know. Who's coming on? Rooney's coming off, and I hope it's Rashford. We predicted them substitutions at half time, didn't we? We did. I can delete my last tweet now. Rashford off for Rooney. Rooney off for Rashford. Well, we finally get a little bit of pace into the team, but will we get, we're going to see Rashford on the left wing. It begs the question, why is Tony Marshall not part of this team? Because, how many times, he actually is a left winger who can cause teams problems. Pogba beating himself there. We're getting sloppy now. I think this is going to end 1-0, folks, to be honest. Few of you said 1-1 as well. Few of you said 1-1. I went 3-1, didn't I? I don't know why. I don't ever predict that Manchester United will score more than 3 goals. Mad Marcus, you've got absolute total control to block any Liverpool fan on here tonight, because I can't be asked to see all that nonsense on the live comments. So block away. Don't want Scousers on the United stand anymore. Can't stand them. You're not welcome. Man City are only 1-0 up against Watford. It really doesn't matter, does it? Rashford. Foul by Zlatan. I think Zlatan's been diabolical, but I'll reserve my judgment on that until half time, until full time. Mourinho looking absolutely furious. I think he's just getting selections wrong. And somebody just said there, Mourinho's to blame if we draw this game. I agree. I think we've got the players to beat Palace. I don't think Palace are a very good team. Everybody else seems to be able to score 3 or 4 goals against them, but we just can't score more than the standard 1. I mean, when was the last time we scored more than 1 goal in a league game? I'm going to have a look at that, because I can't remember. I mean, it's probably going to be quite recent, isn't it? But so we 1 against Tottenham, 1 against Everton, 1 against West Ham, 1 against Arsenal. So we're up to 5 games, because we beat Sunderland, we beat Swansea by 3 goals to 1, but we didn't score against Burnley. We've got 1. We got none against Chelsea, none against Liverpool, 1 against Stoke, 1, and then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've only scored more than 1 goal once in our last 9 league games. We don't look. The trouble is now, in relation to this game, if you are watching it or you're not watching it, we are. I think Rashford's just been yellow carded. Yeah, we're not even creating chances now. We're not even retaining the ball very well. Just like absolutely look lost. Rooney looks frustrated on the bench. Mata looks frustrated on the bench. You're basically taking off experienced Rooney and Mata for kids Lingard and Rashford to try and rescue a game that we need to win to keep our season running. I mean, I think it's just odd. Josh Taylor probably, I think, going a bit overboard saying that Van Gaal's better than Mourinho. Daroog 1E, it's going to be a draw. Yeah, this last 6 minutes, and there's only 6 minutes less, but the last 6 minutes have flown by in a storm of boringness. But the reality is, as much as Darmian made that mistake on that goal, and you could say Pogba did as well, we contributed to that. A team is always going to get... Palace will probably get another chance in this game. They could win it. But in the Premier League, a team is always going to get a chance. And, that was the surprising thing against Southampton. A team will always get a chance. I don't know who this ref is, but again, not a very good one. And there's a fair thing to say about Zlatan. He does score a goal every other game, but I don't think that warrants 180 minutes every 2 games. He never gets taken off. Chelsea have won, which is a good thing. At least it keeps them 6 points ahead of Liverpool. And Arsenal now, because we ain't going to win the league, are we? City are still winning. Spurs are obviously going to win. They're 3-0 up at home to Hull, so they will go back to being 6 points ahead of us. So even beating them at the weekend, 5 points ahead of us, means very little. Come on, find something. Zlatan, saved by the keeper. Oh, he scored! Yes! I've got to retract that tweet. I've got to retract that tweet. Happily. Retweet it. Happily. It's a great... I was shocked. I thought he hit the side netting. Pogba with the slide rule pass. Zlatan... and a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant finish. Getting a lot of stick on Twitter because I just said Zlatan needs to be taken off. I don't care getting it wrong. I don't care. Maybe it was the gods mocking me. I don't care. I will do it time and time again because Manchester United are 2-1 up. Now, can we see this out? This is a massive, massive 3 points for us now. Absolutely massive. We have just got to see this out. We've gone from being absolutely hammered by all those scousers coming on here having a go at us. If we can, I don't care about winning 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. If we can grind a result out, that's what it's all about. And I retract what I said about Zlatan. I could easily delete the tweet, but I want to keep it up there. I want to keep it up there because, you know what? Who cares? And now we go into the nervous times. City have just gone 2-0 up as well. Nervy times. How long is left? We literally, I mean, we were running out of time. It's 90 minutes and 30 seconds. This is massive, folks, now. This, you know, we felt it against Spurs, but this is massive now. If we can just get this result done. We can't bring Fellaini on. Thank God. At least we can't bring Fellaini on. 4 minutes, really, are left. Lots of happy voices, lots of happy people on there. And you know what? I wasn't going to plug it because I didn't want to do it because I was feeling so down. But we're on 56,916 subscribers. If we could hit 57,000 subscribers by full time, that would be fantastic. If you've not subscribed, the hologram's in the bottom right hand corner. Even if it just means taking that few seconds to take your eyes off this game, which is quite tense at the moment. Carrick with the tackle, but the Palace is still on the attack. Darmian, don't do anything stupid, actually makes a good tackle. Well done, and should have been a foul, but the ref's not giving it. We've cleared it. Rashford, go on Rashford. This is where pace matters. Go on. Oh, I just can't get back, but it's a throw-in. It's a throw-in, yeah. Subscribe. Let's hit 57,000 subscribers. That'd be absolutely fantastic. We've got to win, and then we'll go on to West Brom at the weekend, which will be nervous as well. They've won 3-1, haven't they? But all we can do is pick up the points. I know other teams have won, but Arsenal didn't win yesterday, so we've made... As long as we're making ground on a team above us in the game week and we keep winning, we'll keep chipping away. The next game week, somebody else will lose. Like City and Arsenal can't both win on Monday. So if we beat West Brom, we'll make ground on them. This game week, we've made ground up on Arsenal if we can win. So it's about just winning our games. But there's still time, and that's sloppy by Darmian to give it away. But it's well won by Zlatan. Let's keep the ball. Into Herrera. They're trying to press us now. Just keep the ball. Minute and a half left. Well, minute and 40 seconds. Chipped into Rashford. He's down in their corner. Take it to the corner flag. Goal kick. Minute and a half left. How to subscribe, says Xing Shi Ho. There's a little hologram in the bottom right hand corner over there. No, that way. Oh, I can't figure it out. Down in that corner. Just click that and subscribe. Palace on the attack here. Well in by Darmian. He's actually started doing quite well. And Carrick hits it long towards the corner. Exactly a minute left. Please, please, please. Our season sort of hinges on this. Phil Jones well up. I'm not talking about man of the match till full time. Oh, we're offering him a cross there. Clear it. Oh, Zlatan. Rashford. Zaha. Get tight, get tight, get tight. Zaha. Get tight too. Good block. Keeper. Goal kick. That should be it. 20 seconds left and it's a goal kick to United. I'm going to wait. How long left? We're done with 4 minutes of stoppage time. Yes, we've won it. 2-1. Where are all the Scousers now? Unblock them. Unblock them, Mad Mark, because they came on here having won their game thinking we were going to drop points. I don't care whether you've won 5-0, 6-0, 20-0, whatever. You've won your game. We've won our game. And we're going to keep chipping away at you right on your heels. And you know what? Some people thought I was only one off. I went 3-1. I was only one off. 2-1, but I don't care. It's 3 points, and that is what it's all about. We're winning the game. I don't care how we do it. Mourinho's on the pitch, hugging them all. And, you know, we should have had a penalty. We should have had a penalty. We had a goal disallowed that wasn't offside. Our first goal maybe was, but it still means it should have been a penalty. The bottom line is, screw the referees, screw the FA if they're being corrupt against us. You've still got to go and score more goals. We had 20 minutes to do it. Zlatan, you know, I tweeted it out. I'll put my hands up. I'd said, you know, a goal every other game. He shouldn't be playing every minute. He needs to be taken off. Within seconds he scored. I don't care. I'll do that again. I'll do it again next week. I'm going to do it every single game if he comes and scores goals, because I don't care. Because Zlatan proving me wrong. I ain't sat here crying into my cornflakes. I'm ecstatic because Manchester United have won. Pogba made it. What a finish by Zlatan. Absolutely magic. Lots to talk about in the in my match reaction. I'm going to digest that a little bit, and I'll be back with you in about 5 minutes on a new stream. But brilliant. And where are all those Liverpool fans? Because their game finished 15 minutes before us, coming on, giving it this, that, and the other. Even Arsenal fans tried to come and have a go. You lost last night. 7 points behind you now. You've got City on Monday night or Sunday. We've got West Brom. Win that and you are going to be getting a little bit more nervous over Christmas. But we've done what we needed to do. We've beaten Spurs. We've beaten Palace. West Brom's going to be an absolute battle on Saturday. They've won again and they were good against Chelsea even though they lost. But you can only go game to game. And we've won 2. West Brom. If we can get over West Brom and win that game, we've got Sunderland and Borough at home. I know no game's ever won, but they are there to be won. So if we beat West Brom, we can have another 9 points before New Year. Massively happy with that result. I'm going to finish this stream. I'll start a new one very soon. But well done, Manchester United. And I'll tell you my man of the match and player ratings on the next stream. So join us in a minute. I'll get it set up.